good job this isn't. You know, it's a good job, but that I'm nice and comfortable and I don't feel that I have to put on a display or anything. It's so much better doing this than when I used to do my PT ones. Oh, I've just smashed something up. Obviously, when you're a PT, I suppose you're supposed to set a certain example, aren't you? Anyway, but enough about that, guys. It is great to have you on board. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much again. If any of you people watch that abysmally poor attempt at a YouTube live, MP Acid Storm Thundercracker, that's a good figure. I literally just sold mine, to be fair. But yeah, I can't. He's a good figure. He definitely is. Pete is in, which is great. I just need to get rid of this on here because I've got all of my chat. Wow, that's all gone crazy fast. Tyler's there. Tyler, I've just seen your message. I have messaged Ben. He hasn't got back to me. Hopefully he'll come in the chat and then we can, of course, see him. What is going on with my chat here? This isn't helping me out. That's better. Here we go. 10 of you already, which is good. Golden Predator. Yeah, he's still there. I thought he's too impressive to not have there, and the fact that he took, it's weird because I look at him and I sort of 20 already, that's amazing, so I sort of resent him at the same time because he took up my entire Sunday rather, what's the word I'm on about, yeah, to build him up. So I thought I might as well give him a bit more airtime, shall we say, because he definitely deserves it. And I mean, the crazy thing is that's big enough to wield around myself. It's nuts. Look, looks like something from Highlander. That's his sword. Sam's Formers is in. It's just nuts, isn't it? And you can extend it as well. So to be honest, if I wanted to, you know, it's nuts. So yeah, that's why I'm keeping him there. I'm definitely keeping that there for that reason, just for a bit anyway. So loads, yeah, the sword's nuts. The arm cannons are just as bad. It's all just it's just crazy. But when I'm waiting for Bayverse to get in, he's with somebody else doing a chat at the moment as well. He's gonna watch my spider lady. Wind Charge is there, Albert's back, which is good to have you, buddy, which is great. I'm going to try and keep up with you all because there's loads already in, which is perfect. It's fun as well. There he is. Shorey's in as well. This is why I like to do this. I just attempted to do one on Instagram and it was awful. Speaking of Rack and Ruin, I missed out on the Cyberverse Rack and Ruin and I saw him back there. So Simon's in as well, fantastic. Ryan's in the house, Simon's in, Pete's in, which is great. Simon, man, you'll laugh at me then. I just attempted to do a live on Instagram and it was absolutely terrible. It really, really was awful. So I don't know how you do it, buddy, which is weird because I know this is sort of the same. Let me just get rid of this reflection. There we go. I know it's just like this, but it's weird. Whereas I could just pop it on a camera there, but I suppose I could do the same thing with my phone on Instagram, but yeah, I didn't. So loads of things to talk about. We're going to talk about, I suppose we're going to talk about him because he's fantastic. I suppose we're going to talk about him because he's pretty good as well. And then we're going to talk about this, because that's pretty cool as well, which is, I know someone's already offered me 300 quid for that, which is insane. And then yeah, we'll be talking about anything and everything else. I always get asked on this channel, there's B127, what do you mean you hate? Oh, because I've got that. And it wasn't you who offered me that money either, it was someone else. It took ages to get this. So mine's number 973 as well out of 999. So just in case anybody wanted to know. No, I didn't get it free either. It cost me a load. Darren, you will not believe this, my friend. When I did the live stream 2 weeks ago, it was the middle child. The middle child was really, really poorly with it. Well, she got better. She went to school on Monday. And sorry for anybody who doesn't want to hear this. And then Wednesday, my youngest daughter came down with it. So she's downstairs now. And she's worse than the middle child, bless her. She's got them. I nearly took her to hospital last night because the ones that came around underneath her eye here and around the top were horrendous. So it got to the point, sorry, I've lost a couple of people talking about that. Yeah, she's really bad with it. So thankfully, My eldest has had it. I've obviously had it. My wife's had it. So now we've all had it. So once it's gone, it's out the house. It's all done and dusted. So no more chicken pox. But ironically enough, as I say, one of the main reasons I was doing this was because I cut the last one short because one of them was poorly. And lo and behold, this time the other one's poorly, but she's in a much better state, which is, well, she's asleep for a start. So that's good. She's in a worse state as in with the chicken pox, but she's in a better state because she's asleep. Simon's jumped in as well. This is cool. There's loads of people jumping in. I love it when everybody comes in. Yeah, I hit 100. Well done, B127. I'm really pleased for you. The thing with YouTube, I get asked it quite a lot, and I am still relatively new. Just keep doing it. Just as long as you enjoy it. Like I always say this. I put so many videos up, but I do genuinely enjoy it. So what did Beachcomber? Here we go. Here comes Albert Lockwood with his messages, which is funny. Now, whenever I see Lockwood, I always think of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I can't hear your name without hearing Flint Lockwood. So apologies. That's what I hear anyway. What was I saying? Can't even think. Skids. Oh, has it been that cold? Has it? We've had it cold over here, but not that bad. We've had it cold over here, but not that bad at all. I can't even think we were talking about. I was asking something there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Sean. As I say, we are all on the mend. It is something that anybody who's a parent or if anybody who's a kid, they will remember. Nice one. They will remember, obviously, having it. So it's one of them things that it's best that she gets it while she's young. I don't know what we're talking about. I can't even think anyway. We're just going to carry on. I think I was talking about the fact that she was poorly, but yeah, everybody's okay. I've also, in fact, anybody who's watching this, do you think my pictures on Instagram have improved? Because I've been trying my best to do with the lighting and everything, getting up some pictures. Oh, that's what I was talking to. Sorry, I was talking to B127 about YouTube. All I would say, mate, is just as long as you enjoy it, it makes no difference. And I was going to say that it made me a little bit annoyed. I won't lie. It did make me a little bit annoyed, but this sense of accomplishment and achievement by the time I'd finished it was just amazing. That missing link RC in your new videos. Yeah, that's going to annoy Pete. You know Pete, who's in the chat right now, because he doesn't want it to be missing link, but it looks like she's all but been confirmed as a missing link figure. So it's interesting. I agree with what Pete's saying as well. I wish that perhaps they'd have done two versions, like they'd have done a retro reissue one of them, etc. Where's the Romulus? I've still got it in this mode. I've still got him in this mode. I haven't changed him back yet. So what was I saying? Yeah, he's good, but there's nothing wrong with him. I'm trying to do the transformation tutorial. That's the thing, because it's so clever. I have to tip my hat or take my hat off, because it's the engineering in it is very, very clever. But like I said in the video, I'm pretty sure that this was aimed to go in line with it's accurate, Pete. It's accurate with the I haven't even had a chance to look for it, Darren. As I said, that's why I've not done it, mate. I want to do it justice, so I need to find the box first. I don't want to do a video on just the figure and then realise or find. I'm looking around for it. I don't know where it is. I think I've just built it up. I told you, mate. It's ridiculously good, isn't it? I'm not too fussed about the other gun bits. You know, I said. Even though, again, I love Megatron. I should put that down. I love G1 Megatron because I've got G1 Megatron and I had him as a kid. That's what I meant to say. I had him as a kid. But I've just come to the terms with the fact that, as I say, he's going to be a tank, and that's fine. And I'm not bothered about all the extra bits. I've seen some people, though, put some beautiful displays up of their Megatron with all the extra bits on, which is good. I'm sure New Age themselves will bring out probably like an ultimate edition with all the extra stock, with everything like that. I'm sure they will, because that's what they do, to be fair. I think every toy company at the moment, I'm sure you'll agree, listens to the fans. For that reason, I think that's another reason why New Age even built that figure, because they're listening to the fans. Lego Bumblebee, the transformation is, I'm embarrassed, I've still not built my, excuse me, Lego Optimus. I need to do that with my kids, to be fair. That's why I'm taking my time to do it. What's this? I was going to, but couldn't resist. What are we talking about now? I don't know what we're talking about. I've missed something there already. I'm not too sure. We'll come back to it in a second. Missing. Oh yeah, Pete said he didn't like the look of RC. Hopefully, mate, they tidy her up a little bit, because she's just a prototype at the moment, isn't she? She's nothing special. She's just. Again, I think that's just a block model. It must be that. What's the word I'm after? that early in fact, I don't even think it's that early in the stages in the process. I think it's is that the chug one, is it, Pete? You know what else looks good, Pete? That arse. um, is that the chug scale one, Pete? Is that the one people are talking about? Because although obviously, like I say to everybody, yes, I review New Age and that, but I don't necessarily collect them. But I imagine it'll be good. I think problem they've got though, let's be honest, is if they start doing chug, then their prices they're going to have problems with prices because the Megatron obviously was Commander sort of class price, about 85 quid, something like that, £85 after conversion, which I know is a Commander class price point. However, you just got the figure with this, whereas obviously with Prime and with Motormaster and everything else, you got a huge trailer in that. So if they were just, of course they'll do a trailer. If they were doing if they were just doing the cab though, it'll be interesting because you know, it totally depends. Look how much people pay for fans toys. Look how much people pay for everything else. It's crazy. It is nuts what they sort of do. And again, the figure behind me, they would have made Fast and Furious. I don't know. To be fair, I can't see why not. Because they're cars, aren't they? It's an easy. What's the word I'm after? It's easy for them. I think anything that's vehicle related, it's a crossover. That's the word. It's an easy crossover, and it makes perfect sense for them to do it. I would think it would make perfect sense for them to do it because I mean they could do a tribute car obviously to Paul Walker's car. They could do the hot rod car. I don't know which one it is. I know it's a hot rod, as in not as in our hot rod, which Vin Diesel has. To be honest, I've not seen them all. They went a bit daft, and so many people who I knew who really liked him at first ended up not liking him, so I didn't watch them all. But The Rock's in it as well, isn't he? So I heard they went downhill from there, but you can tell me that. You can say, confirm with me or not if Fast and Furious went downhill after The Rock joined it. I only knew one person with a G1 Megatron as a kid who got it from the US. I think we had some regional differences in the no, mate, Gareth, that's crazy that you never saw them. There was loads of them. Obviously I got one, so and a couple of my mates had one as well. Megatron wasn't hard to get hold of. Would love to see a figure of Kick Off your latest short in his intended alt mode before becoming an action master. Yeah, that was a good point that you put, Darren, because obviously we don't know what his alternate mode is with his backpack on. He's quite impressive. RC looks awful. I'll take it as a retro release, but it can't be missed. That's what I'm with you with, Pete. That's why it should be a retro one. You see, the problem is that it makes too much sense. Look how long it took us to get an already collaboration. Fast and Furious went down after the first one. Sam, do you know what? It never really grabbed me. They're okay. It's weird. You know, we always do talk about movies, funnily enough, and that's why I said that I would talk about this particular guy in a minute as well. Purely because everybody always asks me what else I have, and sometimes, and in this particular case, I've got something else to show you, so we'll have a look at that later. Looks like a sports car as his chest represents, yes. New Age Stunticons. Do you know what's weird, Pete? When I first started ordering from Show Z, that was one of the first things that Adam told me to pre-order for him, so I've got that pre-ordered. What's the cheapest way to get that's the ones which you can't have a physical copy of, isn't it? Actually, while you're at Simon, UK Collector, are you still listening? Because if you are, talk to Tyler, because UK Collector's the Funko Pop man. He knows his stuff about the Funko Pops. What's that knot? What's the cheapest way to get the knot? Oh yeah, the knot. Yeah, the NFT. Furious 7 is perfect, and everything else is bad. Is that the one where was it Paul Walker? What was his real name? Was it Paul Walker who died at the end? Did you mind? Well, hate missing the Unicron following that same logic. Well, the vehicles. Whoa, that's going fast. Let me go. There you go. Guzzy, if you're going to get it from Shozy and use my code then, pal. Now my video helped you. If that's the thing, use my code. She's all right. As I say, I've just sent it off to the person who lent me to got it as well. Yeah, it's 2 years as well for me then, Pete. It must have been exactly the same. I don't know, Tyler. If UK Collector answers, he's the one who knows about Funko Pops. I'm not big on the Funko Pops at all. I'll review them, but I don't really know or know where to look. I saw the newest Motormaster in store, but passed him up and ended up with Legacies. Oh, the newest Motormaster's brilliant because then you can combine them. Oh, no, you mean animated, don't you, of course? No cordial today, guys. It's just Fizzy Pop. I've not been shopping. I don't really agree with any Unicron, is it? That's true. Unicron like it's weird because Unicron, obviously the HasLab is amazing, it's huge, but then you'll stand Fort Max next to him and there's only like that much difference between the two. Animated Monster Master's cool. I've got the upgrade kit. I did decide to get the upgrade kits. I've sort of got 3 DNA upgrade kits coming as well, which is things that, again, I'm trying to branch out with Transformers. Don't worry, Pete, about what we discussed anyway, only with Transformers. Funko HQ, and I make collections from Menzies. Ah, there you go. Guzzy might be able to tell. Missing Link Sunstreak is going to be great. Simon, while you're listening and while you're on there, do you know how to get the NFT Funko Pops for Tyler? Because Tyler is as mad as me. If he gets one thing, he has to get everything else. I'm going to beat Pete to it, guys. By the way, there's nearly double what the likes are. So hit that like button for me, please. It's cheeky, but I need you to do it. Smoking the Bandit would be good. Princeton's jumped in again, which is great. Saludos from Puerto Rico. Thank you very much, Pedro Riviera. Nice to have you on here. The words cordial and fizzy pop make you such a Brit. You see, it is. I'm a Brit. Squash. Should I say squash? Whatever. I don't know what to call it. It's squash. But it's actually flavored fizzy water, to be fair, because it's nice and there's no calories in it. Gotta watch the waistline. Gotta watch the waistline. Funko Pops are loaded at our Walmart. Funko Pops are huge. The thing that makes me mad, this is a genuine thing that gets me a little bit cross, is that everybody moans how much like a deluxe figure is. And then Funko Pops are 10, 12 quid, which is ridiculous. To cord and more, but Sunstreak will be great. So, you know, I genuinely mean that. Like a Funko Pop is like, whoa, that went fast. Funko Pops they were, I suppose, what used to be deluxe figures are. Granted, they've gone up quite a bit now. Where are we? What's this? What was that about Funkos? What do you think of the spit? That looks amazing. That new 2-pack looks amazing. Which Titan did you get, Albert? Let us know which Titan you got. That'd be interesting. We were talking about Funkos for some reason, the NFTs. Does the NFT mean that it's not even physical? Does it mean it's just a piece of something, you know, I don't know what it is. I have one NFT, just, what's it mean, Tyler? What does NFT mean? Is it not fully, I don't know. Someone said a swear word, I remember on the internet when I was reading it. No flaming thanks, is it physical? Someone put not F in there for NFT. But I didn't say that word there. I've got to keep family friendly. My oldest niece says FP, meaning she's into turtles, and her favourite Ninja Turtles, Leo. FP, TM. What's FP? Do you mean the crossover? What's it called? Party Wagon, because that's good. The Party Wagon's a good figure. Just very bulky, quite bulky, to be honest. We always talk about crossovers. We always do loads of talking about crossovers. But again, that's because there's just a huge pool. See, there's too much going on. Has anyone seen the Fanhome Darth Vader? He's a meter tall. No. It's funny you should say that, Pete, because obviously I'm doing the Fanhome Optimus. I'm waiting for Bayverse to jump in, but he hasn't come on yet because I want to show him this. I don't know, something's just gone there, just completely gone. Funny, because you mentioned that, Pete, and obviously I'm building the Fanhome Optimus Prime, and that's his foot. So that's, I don't know, this Optimus Prime is going to be huge as well. That's the Optimus Prime's foot from the Fanhome Build Your Own Optimus Prime. And I wanted to show this Bayverse, so I'll probably end up getting it back out a bit later on, which is as big, if not bigger, than the foot on this guy. So I don't know how big the other one's going to be. Yes, please, Simon, only one. I don't need his size. So that's... Fanhome do some good things, but the problem that you've got with it is, let's be honest, in fact, it's not a problem, it's just... exactly, he didn't know anything about it. He knew nothing about it, Pete. He didn't even, when I showed it him, he was like, what's that? I'm like, how did you not know anything about it? And I've been really guilty because there's 84 issues out. I know, 84 issues out, and I've obviously they want a week, and I'm so far behind. I've only just started. I've got up to this is number 1 was the head. Do I have an animated collection? Not yet. Where have I put the head? Whoever put the head, you brought it up. I know. I kept telling him that he needs to get it. Oh, that's a great question, Princeton. We'll come back to it. There's the head. There's the head, and there's the foot. So it's going to be massive. And I know that movie Prime's not everybody's Prime, but it's still going to be good. at that size and all the stuff that's going into them. The HasLab, what do I think it's going to be? Right, so let's look at it realistically. So I don't think it's going to be G1, although saying that, it could be something to do with the foot. Let me just be clear, guys, you guys hate missing some trick as well, because no, we don't. Wind Charger's winding us up again. Arrow Fire's on as well. Nice to have him in here. Well, funny enough, I think we're just discussing. We just do everything on here. There's no actual schedule. There's nothing. Everybody just bombards me with stuff, and I can't keep up, which is interesting. But funny enough, the last question that Princeton just asked me is, compared to the Golden. Well, that's it. That Metroplex Gabrielle, you'll be able to see it on here as well. What was I saying? Is the HasLab, and I was just trying to work. I was just about to say that I don't think it'll be anything G1 based, but then saying that, it takes a full year to come out, doesn't it? So see you later, B127. Potentially, it could be something to do with the movie, something to do with the 86. I don't know. It could be something to do with the 86 movie. I'm not too sure. But I was going to go through the fact that it's been Victory. We've had Victory. We've got RID. So I was going to say I don't think it'll be. It's going fast. Mad Max would be cool. I was going to say I don't think it'd be G1, but then the part of me instantly thought I would love it to be Leo Kaiser. I would love it to be one of the Japanese ones, but I think because they've done 2 out of the 4, I can't see it being another one. I would love it to be one, but I don't think about being animated Omega Supreme could be. But the other thing as well is they're sort of shrinking, like the Titans as well, because of course if you think that the 2 combined, the thing that makes him tall is his sword, isn't it? His sword is a joke. His sword makes him bigger than anything else. So I would love I would love Leo Kaiser, but as I said, I definitely I think now I've just said that out loud. I think it's going to be something to do with 86 movie. So it comes out next year. It'll be the 40th anniversary. I think it'll be something there, to be fair. That's what I think it would be. Primus would be the dream, but I can't see it because Primus would just be a use of the Unicron mold, and it'd have to be like a grand. So the Omega Prime is barely different to the original. If the next HasLab is Cybertron, the layer. Wing Saber would be fantastic. Yes, that's another one that didn't really come out in the UK, did it? It was a Japanese one, I'm sure. Wing Saber was. I don't know. Broadside Albert. Broadside could be. Broadside's been because they've got Tidal Wave. Also, Overlord, because they could sort of do like what they've done with Tidal Wave. If they did Overlord, I'd love that. There's a strong arm figure at Walmart, also many TF1 figures. I would love, I'd like Overlord actually. I've just thought of Overlord, but I don't think he would be in, no, because that's just a Titan rather than a HasLab. So, not too sure, but not until the first 2 years we're done. Oh, we're talking about Missing Link still, aren't we? Missing Link was only going to be 6 figures. I found that out. I found that they're only going to be 6, but because of their popularity and how well they're doing, they're going to continue the line. That's a definite. That's an absolute. But I will not spend. That's the thing, Princeton. It's, if you think about, how much figures have gone up. I think the best example, I don't know what it's like for you in the US, but obviously for us, it's horrible. That Metroplex, when I get it, it'll be for me. People also think it might be a movie figure because it's being revealed at movie. Oh, I think it's going to be a movie figure. What was that question there? Yeah, about the figures. The new Generation Selects Triptychon, that's it. I'm just looking at him there. That's gone up like over £100, hasn't it? So it's crazy how much that's gone up. So the HasLab would have to be, if it was using that mold, it wouldn't be anything less than £800-900. So you're talking $1,200-1,300, which puts a lot of people out of the market straight away. So I think, I don't know what it'll be. I think it'll be more affordable than what most people's will. I think it'll be quite a bit more affordable, to be honest. But that's just what I think, because I think unless they do the payment plans, which when I was discussing not Everton, I just done it with Evan, and again he confirmed it, so it's not speculation that they will be looking at doing payment plans definitely in the future to allow people to do things like buy all the figures from a particular wave, or like the HasLabs, have them on payment plans, so you haven't got to fish out too much in one go. And again, it makes perfect sense. I would do that. I would instantly pre-order all of the waves and know that I could collect Every single figure. Haven't got to worry about going to the shops. Haven't got to worry about missing out on anything. It's if anybody here remembers the old Transformers Collectors Club, the TFCC Collectors Club, which I think was it 2018 it stopped. I think it went, what am I trying to say? Whenever, anyhow, it went bust, but they used to do a thing called Titans Metroplex, that they're releasing other Titans. Fingers crossed as well, Dukes. I know loads of people want them. I think if, I've totally forgotten what I was, oh yeah, that's it. They used to do a thing called the subscription service. And what they did was at the beginning of whichever, well, you had a calendar year, but they basically, RJ's in, what was I saying? They put these figures up, and then you were then able to pre-order them and choose the ones that you wanted, and you could order them before anything else. The problem I've got, Pete, is it would just go straight into a collector's bin now. Power core combiner would be included in Age of the Prime. At my night shift, hey Duke. It would just literally, if I start, I know the Brave are amazing. I want to get some of the Brave because I want the red Death Saurus, I want the red Star Convoy, etc. Not Star Convoy, Sky Gary. But again, it would just, for me at the moment and where my collection is, it would like with the newer stuff, as bad as it sounds, I don't mind getting the legacy stuff. And the only thing with Pete on us would be, I'm collecting, would be, I don't mind putting them straight into sort of storage boxes because I can just dig them out. But if I'm going to get, Brandon's pretty much had all my movie stuff. There's not much of it left at all, but there's still no space in this room. You've seen the video go around. If I'm going to spend something, on a vintage figure that's nice and it's, a little bit more than, of course, what normal figures, I want to have a look at it. I want to see it. So for me, I'm stuck at the moment until I work out exactly what I'm going to do. And I think I am seriously looking at taking, even though I love Legacy and I love all that, and I'm still going to collect them and I'm still going to buy them and I'm still going to use them for videos, I'm genuinely thinking about taking pretty much all my Legacy figures down off the shelves. So I can put more of my G1 stuff up, because at the moment I'm finding things that I didn't think I was going to go. That's insane. I wouldn't sell it anyhow. I probably wouldn't sell any of mine, not for at least another 10 years. Same crew tattoo, brilliant. You've jumped in as well. Darren Lee's jumped in, and storing them at my house. Now you can have all the new age. There's one of them here, to be fair. There's Warpath. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So maybe I will go into it. There's a few. Anyone pre-order the Gen Selects Triptychon? That's what I was going to say. I really want it, but I haven't pre-ordered it yet, Simon, purely because I was discussing, I think you were in the last live that I did, that unfortunately on the floor right now, still around the other side, is Nemesis, because I can't fit her anywhere. However, saying that, but again, I don't want them so compact. But if you knock one, I don't want any of them to fall over at all. Of course I don't. But that's the thing. And Triptychon's massive as well. It's not as if it's like a robot. You can line them all up and stand them all behind each other. I'm looking up at my Titans and it's nuts. But then again, I could make more space if I take all my Mexican figures off. I've signed up. I've never had the first one, so take it. The problem you've got is, and I suffer from it as well. Of course I do. And see, there is a Magic Square Bruticus. Is there? I'm not surprised there's a Magic Square Bruticus set. Yes, I am, Tyler. He's not, though, because he's not. What's this? Can you update us tomorrow when it's... What's he saying? Can you update when it's sunny? He's there. You can see him. You don't need me to move. He's there. Gabriel, if you just watch the video, mate, there's 2 full videos on him. I don't know why you've not watched any of the videos on him. It's been up for 2 weeks. I did the updated video on Friday, so have a look at that one. I did it in the kitchen because I couldn't fit it here. There's his sword. Got to show that again because it's nuts. And again, as I said before, if I extend it, you can use like a 2-sword. So Gabriel, yes, I put it up on Friday. Have a look at it. I had to film it in the kitchen because I couldn't fit. It's too big. It's too big to do the review on, to maneuver around. It's massive, isn't it? It's bigger than a dagger. Look at it. It's okay. It's not a full sword. It's very Highlander-ish, but yeah, it's not a dagger. It's not a dagger at all. Oh, my RoboCop. They could do that. They could do Ed 209. Just sell all your blockies. That'll make enough for it. My blockies, yeah, but they're super cheap, aren't they? But I don't store them. I don't store them I don't display them, so I can just put them in a box. I'm glad we're finally getting new age Stunticons. Yeah, loads of people have said that already. Duke, it's cool. But this one's beautiful. I'm gonna have to show it off again now. This one's beautiful. This one's really nice. Any fragile bits on the Predator King? Which one? The one behind me? Russ is rich with all that. I saw it, but if you take it out, you'll actually view. Oh no, I know what you mean now. It's not in the chat, but I'm sure that I was gonna say that. You just beat me to it, Gareth. A few of the English guys in here will know, so obviously, but as in they'll know him in person, but he hasn't been in the chat in ages. My good friend Adam is having that. That's going straight to Adam because he doesn't fit here in my house. Legacy Armada Optimus Prime would look great repainted as a G1. Legacy Armada Optimus. Maybe. I'm thinking about it now. I'm just having a quick look. Suspect it'll go for it. I haven't got originally. This one looks great. Deco. Suspect it'll go for it. The thing with that's what we were talking about Titans there. Yeah, we've all sort of got FOMO. The problem with FOMO with that is the fact that I really want it and I want it early so I can get a video done on it. But if I want it early, it's going to cost. The cheapest I've seen it in the UK is £200 from in demand. Everywhere else, it's 220. In fact, UK guys, how much is it in the US right now? How much can you pre-order that Triptychon for? Because I keep saying this and people don't believe us, but we get so ripped off in the UK for figures. It's nuts. It's probably $200 or $220. And if that's the case, then we're getting, see, 200. So we're paying 220 plus it's 1.3 or whatever. No, it's 1.25. It's terrible. 1.25 at the moment, the dollar is. So yeah, there you go. So we're paying 220. So you're talking loads more. It's 200 in demand, but everywhere else it's as I say, 220, and that's in pounds, not in dollars. I meant the Gold Predator King when I said you said like that you were taking a break. Yes, they don't do. They just hinder everything at the moment, Darren. Every time I put something up, this stupid algorithm, the way that things work, because nobody watches them, or if they do watch them and they only watch the first 4 seconds of it, it just hammers the channel. And I don't know if you've noticed since I've stopped doing them, the subs is going up, everything's going up. So I'll wait for myself to get a little bit higher up again, then I'll start doing them, because at the moment they're more of a hindrance. I don't mind doing them, I like doing them, but because I'm really starting to do this quite a lot now, they just hinder things, because what it does is it picks up on no one's watching it, no one likes it, so it doesn't promote it, if you know what I mean, which I know is quite bad. I have 9 baskets in 9 baskets in demand. I'm going to be at the in demand, obviously, actually physically there in store on the 8th, which is going to be great, to be fair. I think I told you last time, and I think I can tell everybody now, I'm going to say, but I'm going to tempt fate now, because he'll probably go and get them before me, but I should be doing the world's first review on them 2 Constructicons, because they're there waiting for me. You guys pay cheaper prices for deluxes, don't you? Deluxes are 25, so I don't think so. Deluxes are between 25 and 28, depending where you get them from. And again, that's pound. So I don't know. And then all our prices are stupid, really high. I managed to get the day for the in-demand event. That's brilliant. If you're going to be there, I'll see you there. Trailer combining to form the body, and it shows us with Studio 6. I haven't had to look at any of the images yet, so I will do. Is that on their Facebook, is it? When do you think we will see? Wow, that's going way too fast. I just paid 50. Where did you find them, Tyler? Oh yeah, from the Winston. When do you think we'll see the Megatron 86? When's the next convention? When's the next big one? I don't really know. No, I was supposed to go last time, Simon, but funnily enough, there was too much going on at home. That's why I didn't come. Yeah, cheaper though, conversion if it's £25. Yeah, everything's converted. As I say, because it has is pounds, you get them way cheaper. They're doing like a birthday and event thing, a bit like what I did for Star Action figures. So I'm going to be there. I've got the privilege of opening up some figures which aren't available yet, and I'm going to be, as I say, reviewing. Hopefully, if I get time and space in it, I'll review the figures there and there. But if not, I'll take them straight home and get the world's first reviews done on both of them. And there's maybe other things coming as well, which will be great. You're about to introduce the first 2 members of Studio Series. Yes, that's one. That's correct. They're definitely there. He's got them in hand. He's put it up on a reel already, and he said, include tax, UK prices include. 21st anniversary day, sure. Yeah, it's just as I say, it's exactly that. Something like I did at the when I did Star Action Figures, and I went down there for the day, and I did Knight Rider and TF1 Megs. They were there, so I'm gonna, fingers crossed, as I say, be fortunate enough to have a few figures which aren't out yet. I'm still kicking myself that I had the entire weekend at the MCN with the Mandalorian crossover and didn't do anything with it, and I could have took that home and reviewed it there and then. To be fair, so that's still bugging me a little bit. I could have got that done and probably should have got it done. To be fair, Ashens will be there as it's Norwich. Depending on which state you are in. Yeah, there's different states. There's different tax for different states in the US, isn't it? I know that for a fact, which is good. I need a drink. It's 8% here in the US. I remember when I went to, I know there's a huge difference between Orlando and New York's tax. I know that New York's is much higher. Yeah, it will be. It'll be much earlier. That's the point. Because obviously the ones that I did the video on my channel, I gave them back. They wouldn't let me have them that early. not October. They wouldn't let me have them that early. But they're gonna. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could go down. What's the thing? Oh, Robert Copson. Hey, Robert Copson as well. Wow, there's a few people jumping in. Everyone, as soon as I say that, 10 people just disappear. What was I saying? Yeah, about the Stunticons, I think. Not the Stunticons, about the Constructicons. So I've got to keep too many messages coming up on the top as well. I mean, as they did to Star Trek collaboration. I'm sure they'll do that. They'll do more. To be fair, the Mandalorian, they could easily do. They'll do that. They'll do anything that's big, anything that's popular, anything that's. I think anything that's a vehicle is an absolute. It's a given, isn't it? Because they can do it. And then a lot of the cases, I think the Mandalorian ship, to be fair, can be retooled into something to do with Star Trek, definitely. Tyler, I don't know how you do it, mate. I've got no space in here at all. Absolutely no space. As I say, it's already gutting that everything's going in boxes. Scrap a list on their website, but not Bone Crusher yet. Hopefully we'll see the Minicon. I'm going to the Minicon in Manchester as well, Gareth. I'm definitely there. I'm coming along with Primetime Toys. I'm going to come along with Moff. He's invited me very kindly, so I'm going to be there. He said I don't have to do anything, but I feel more than obliged to give him a hand, etc. Everything is more expensive than New York. I remember when I went to Florida, it was like $10. No, that's crazy. But yes, I'm basically mainly going there just to do a few more networking things. I'm going to speak to Billy. We've arranged to sit down. Excuse me. Arranged to sit down and have a good chat with Billy, who runs, of course, TF Nation, which would be great. See if there's anything else I could do. Does anyone know why Smiths never got? They will be, surely. They just haven't got any yet. They're just sold out everywhere. So they will be out everywhere. The one that, of course, you can't get, which is really hard. Great on the move hookup. We'll look up the. Yes. Yeah, that's it. As I say, let's just. That's the point of this year. I'm going to try and get about within reason because thought your Maximus is the Star Trek ship in the comics. So would they make it bigger? Maximus is the Star Trek. I don't know what you mean by that. What's the first thing about what's this thing about discontinued? I don't know, Tyler. Too many people are asking questions. I don't know what people are asking about. I try to keep up, but it's really difficult. I think I was saying that Prime isn't. Prime's not discontinued. I think, and I keep saying to people, I keep encouraging people to not try and walk into shops. And I know it's boring, but you really need to just get everything pre-ordered because there's no point anymore. Should have got Studio Series 86 Magnus. Prices are getting silly. I didn't realise he was so rare either until a few people in the chat asked me to look out for them for him. And yeah, he is. He's going nuts. I haven't seen him anywhere in ages, to be fair. Whether or not they'll get a reissue, I don't know. Maybe you'd like to think they would because I would say hold fire because, of course, again, we've already discussed with next year being the 40th anniversary. It's all right. Someone else is messaging me now that they're watching me live. Anybody, in fact, while you're in the chat, guys, does anybody have access to the Stegsa Row? which is of course the Kang Toys, the first one, Snarl. Anybody got one of them for sale? Anybody know anybody who's got one for sale? Because somebody who's just private messaged me in this will be, oh, Tyler, shit, I'm going to just miss you. I think I'm going to go do a week or so after that, because he wants to get the Volcanicus and he's going to order Terra Howl, but obviously we need Stegsa Row. You know me, guys, I'm always trying to help everybody out. So any leads on that, let me know. But I will be looking for you as well, Rich, at TF Minicon in Manchester, because I'm sure someone will have it. Just let you know, the Battle Seas website. Yes, it is. I told everybody that in a video. It's good. The thing is going to go on. I can't on the 30th, pal. I don't know. I don't think I can. When is it? When's the 30th? What's the date? 18th, 19th, 26th, whatever day that is. I can only come down the weekend. It's too far. London is just too far. I don't know, what is the 30th? Is that the Thursday? There you go. Yeah, definitely. Oh, no, Thursday's my busy day. Thursday, I've got 12 clients in on Thursday, so I can't do that. I'd lose more money than anything. So, yeah, yes, I'm going to go down the weekend soon. Yes, you're right that the website is up and running. That is something I need to tell people. Chug Scale and Legend Scale, Kang Toys, Volcanicus. Do you think they'll do it? They've done it. They've done Chug. I know. He said Volcanicus. They haven't done... Yeah, you're right. They haven't done Volcanicus. They've done the mini ones. They've done the small one, which I never did the full combining of, funnily enough, because I gave them all to Adam. Tears to all last Wednesday Wisdom's really great. Take lots of blockies and Skybound Comics purchase. Come down, Texas. You know what? If I didn't have 3 children under 9, well 9 and under, I'd be here, there, and everywhere. Believe you me. But at the moment, I don't mind. That's why I do this, because I can't get everywhere. But I will get to some. I said I will get to the American ones. You get Ultra Magnus for Manchester. I can't get them personally, but I'll have a look when they're there, because if it's a convention, then there'll be people selling them, because there usually is. That's the point of it. So that's why some people even sell them, like in demand. If you remember something what you did with Grimlock and Sludge. That's what I was just about to say. If they're like, that's what In Demand did with their Grimlocks and the other ones. They saved them all until the MCN, and then they put them all out on the store on the MCN, and they didn't even charge more than what they were. So that's why I love Nick's In Demand. That's why I'm more than happy to jump in and help him out. He sold so many Grimlocks on the Friday and the Saturday, cases and cases of them, and they were all just normal retail price. Whereas he could have put, he could have doubled it, and people would have brought them. This was even before the news that. Because this was in April last year, so it was before the news that they were going to. That's true. It was before the news that they were going to reissue him. So he could have easily marked them up, but he didn't at all. So you never know. When I get to In Demand, he may have some there. Which again, that's the only time that it's fun for a hunt. The rest of the time, as I say, always get your pre-orders in, guys. Just there's no point waiting. Tyler made the store. Is there not much on the Battersea website? Just looked. No, it's in its infancy, Tyler. There's nothing on at all yet. It's just working ready. Primetime Moth sorted out a friend with the Springer he had been looking for. So exactly, I always ask for everybody. I'm sure one will pop up anyway, because people do move on. People, again, like we've just discussed, I've sold loads of my collections. People move things on. People keep things. People change things. And people run out of space, so people have other things. People get skinned, people's cars break, loads of things. People have constantly collection recycling, but that's the fun of it. That's exactly why. What was I going to say? That's what makes collecting fun. But there you go. It's actually wow. I can breathe for a second. I can let you guys chat. It's a shame. Might get a thing. Clothes and mugs. The pins are amazing, Tyler. These pins are fantastic. They are so good. They're way better than I thought they'd be. They're bigger than I thought they'd be. And they've got loads more of them. Is the Megatron action blocky there? Not yet. I'm doing something. Look, there's a Chase shiny. I don't know how much I can tell you. I got the link. Little medallions for like 8 dozen maybe there. But Blockies are doing something with me and with the... Thanks for jumping in, Same Crew Tattoo. Really appreciate you jumping in. What was I saying? Yes, there's going to be something with Blockies at the Battersea store soon. Very, very soon. Yes, you do need to ask me about the gym stuff. Don't worry about it. I can help that with no problem whatsoever. And there's a few UK things that are coming out, UK versions of whatever coming out. So yes, there's going to be lots going on regarding that. No pink ones though, so no pink Optimuses before everybody starts asking. No pink Optimuses at all, unfortunately, which they should do. Did you ever get, whoa, did you ever get those 40th anniversary trading cards? I didn't bother with them because they were too much. And do you know the main reason why I didn't buy them? The main reason why I didn't buy them was because as soon as I found out that you can never collect the entire set, I looked for them on the Smiths website, even there. So the things that you manage for communication about Saturday night, isn't there? What? I bet it's on a Saturday night. No, it won't be a Saturday night, I don't think. Dundercracker, damn it. Speaking of pins and so on, are there any more loyal subjects in the works? I don't think so. Loyal subjects were ages ago, weren't they? I brought the 1999 badge for the. Yes, I've got that one. I've got that set. Simon, I'm completely with you. I was going to buy some, and then I looked at them, and yeah, you've just agreed, Pete. The biggest thing for me and the most annoying thing, you can't get them all, and they made it that way, so they straight away didn't interest me because, okay, you know, there's some things in life that I'm never going to get. I'm never going to get the VSX sets, but I'm okay with that. But you can't complete it, so Tyler, because they've made one card available in 40, 50, up to 200 different pack, up to 200 plus, whatever the premium packs were, there was one different individual card in all of them. So however many they, yeah, exactly. So however many they did, you'll never, unless you know, badgered every single person to get that card off them, you could never complete it. And for me, that's no fun because it's trading cards. So as soon as again, that's what we were talking about. They were too expensive. I nearly went with the prints and everything, but then by the time it was coming out at like $300, I was like, that's way too much for some trading cards, which, you know, I'm sure I like. I'm not bothering with the cards. I drive myself nuts trying to, but yeah, you would. They do last Christmas. They got this prime with 86 prime with upgrade kit for which looks perfect. I was going to ask if you get a free slot one day. We can sort something out, like definitely, mate. We'll sort that. I'm replying to Shori now. Sorry, Shori, I can sort that out, no problem whatsoever. And they seem quite. Oh wow, I didn't even know there's any reviews on them yet. As I say, I know that I was very, very interested in them. Very interested in them because it's G1 and it's box art, and that's my thing. I absolutely love box art. So for me, it was when I first saw it, I was really excited about it. You know, Darren will remember this. I was constantly talking about it on the channel, constantly saying, as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. And then when they did come out, they were Kickstarter, which was a joke for a start because they should have just come straight out. And then, as I've just said, they came out loads. Yeah, you're only Birmingham, you're only down the road, you're only, you know, train ride away from me. So come down and I'll give you a gym session. Yeah, so that's why I didn't get them. I may in the future. Legacy, yes, exactly. The Legacy book it's one of the best books ever. It was one of my favorite Transformer books, to be fair. When is the next set of Vanch? I don't know, actually. I'll message him. I know Gordon. Sorry, that's his first name. The actual person who's doing it, so I'll message him. I did something for the Matrix Optimus Prime, not making up. Has the Matrix in his hands? Definitely, Pete. I need to rejoin the gym. Do you know what? There's no point joining a gym in January, and I'm a PT telling you that there's no point because it's yeah, they're busy, they can be overwhelming, unless you're already a member and you know what you're doing. Otherwise, I'd just strongly advise to just get your food right for the first couple of weeks and then join the gym. I still have too much chocolate. I've got 3 kids. I've got a box the size of, you know, the squares which fit into the Billy bookcases in IKEA. We've got 2 of them full of chocolate because everybody brought so much chocolate. It's not good. Thundercracker 87, if you're referring to complete, I think Trigger Happy or Slug Slinger. I don't know what I'm about there. So I'm doing my best tonight. I had 1 big square of Toblerone earlier. That's about it. So yes, but it's like you say, it's all that. So you work at the gym, not in the office. I'm a PT. I don't work in an office. I'm self-employed. My box art itch isn't gone. It won't be until I get my hands on the original. What do you reckon that'd go for, Wind Charger? How much do you think it would be? Join the gym in March, but I'll die without regret. In January you go. New Year's resolutions, call them some. That's funny. It's true. Yeah, I'm self-employed, so I'm very fortunate. It's scary. Dude, there's energy on cubes. I have a young niece here, and she's loaded with. That's the thing. That's I think because it's an easy present, and I don't know what it's like. Of course not. I was going to contradict myself then, Darren. I was going to say I'm sure it's not as bad in America as what it is over here, but of course it is because it's candy in America and it's huge. But it's an easy present, and they do it really cheap over here. So, and my clients, bless them, and it's so cute. It's so nice of them. They do. I've done it, mate. I've done. I don't want to. Mine's awfully high. Williams jumped on. Hi, Toys R Us. How are you? I'm very good. Thank you for jumping in. Yeah, self-employment tax is horrible for the end of the thingy. Talking to Jim, my incline leg press max is 450, but arms I'm stuck at. Guzzy, that's an insane amount of weight. Yeah, if you're getting a full deep stretch on that, then that's incredible. I could always get Mark Watts to make one for me. Hate doing self-employment. Was enduring which G1 contact must be considered the easiest to obtain complete. Oh, G1. You see, the problem you've got with there is depends where you are. It depends in the world. Because in the UK, the most difficult because he was short packed is Scourge. But saying that, Cyclonus is really hard to get hold of as well. The problem you've got with the cons is we've got Easter, Darren. We've got Easter in our shops. We've had Easter in it since Boxing Day. As soon as Christmas is done, Easter's out in our shops. And I know that because that's funny enough, when I worked in a chocolate factory, that's what we used to do. Yeah, Easter's out in a lot of our shops already, never mind Valentine's Day. The Decepticon Target Masters are notoriously difficult to get because the legs always snap complete. So I don't really know. The Autobot Target Masters had, yes, they did. They had way better weapons. And the Decepticon ones, I'm trying to think again, as I say, that they're all quite expensive because the problem you've got even with misfires will snap in half. Well, you worked in a chocolate factory. No, it was one in, they made Cadbury's. They did do Cadbury's products, but it wasn't Cadbury's. What was I saying? Target Masters, Decepticons, probably. Would it be the big ones or the small ones? I would say the easiest one to get, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, with this. Each purchase you buy, review in your account. Remember to put each. There's Valentine's Day stuff. My wall. Trigger Happy, probably then Slug Slinger. Trigger Happy. No way. Trigger Happy's always got the broken clips. Always got the broken clips. Trigger Happy has. Slug Slinger always goes. Slug Slinger's probably the easiest, but he does tend to sun fade quite easy. I would think that would be the easiest for you. The big ones are Russ. Yeah. So yeah, I would say Slug Slinger's probably easiest to obtain because he's Cyclone disappears a lot. It's weird because he went at one point. He went nuts. He went up to like 120 quid with his Target Master, and I think now he's down to about 70 odd, which is still a lot of money for a figure. They just go up and down all the time. But that's a good question. I'm just seeing if I'm up to date. I am up to date with them all. Are you talking loose or are you talking, but I know you said loose, didn't you? Loose but complete. Misfire issues is aimless breaks. Yeah, aimless breaks all the time. But I mean, look how many misfires you see on eBay where the whole back has snapped off because it's half a ship, isn't it? You literally fold half the ship because the cockpit's near it, and then you've got the front bits coming out. It's huge. Here he is. Where have you been? Where have you been? We've been waiting for you. Anyway, people, I've got to bounce. I'll catch you soon, Russ. No problem. Just reach out whenever you want, buddy. Everybody's bouncing. Did you get your Target Master Scourge? I did, but I'm still bitter about that. 3 years on, 3 or nearly 4 years on, I'm still really bitter about that. For anybody who doesn't know, oh wow, can't keep up with that. Down to £70 loose is great price. 20 years still gone up. The other issue is trying to waste closing weapons. Take care, buddy. Yes, so people might get them. That's true. That's a very true point. The Valentine's Day chocolate shaped transformers. I wonder what this voice ambition can't say about it becoming Cyclone. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, my Scourge box. So I brought it from a friend of mine in. What other G1 figures were short packed? Pardon me. Off the top of my head, Skids was short packed from wave 1 from 84. 85, I'm trying to think. Upside down nowhere man, skids on the day. Yeah, skids was. I know all I know definitely off the top of my head would be skids and Target Master Scourge. This one, baby, Paul offered me 300 for that straight away. I'm like, nope, you're not having it. They're the ones that were definitely, they were definitely 100% short packed at the time. Because he was, that's why, you see, you didn't know. He was the 12th car. He was the, and it's ridiculous trying to find the 5-pack Transformers. How do you get the event? How did you even get that then, Russ? Show Z, pal. He was a lot later. He was the 12th car that never sort of was, I think, if you know what I mean. That's why. So when they were, I'm sure was he not? I'm trying to think. Anyway, I'm confused now. I'm sure now you've got me thinking that it's. Or was it? I don't even know. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with Mirage, but I know Skids was short packs. But maybe I'm thinking that Skids is 85. Maybe it was Mirage, Skids, and Cyclonus Target Master that could have been. But again, it depends where you were in the country, in the world, because as I discussed and as I sent a list, that's what it is. It's something to do with the 11th car, Fung Boy. You're on the same wavelength as me. Obviously, we got so many missing things in the UK. It's nuts. We like missed 40% of Generation 1 over here. Because just silly reasons. I don't really know. We've discussed this. I discussed this quite a lot. But it's interesting to see, obviously, why. And that's obviously reflected in some prices because you just can't. They're massively expensive because there wasn't many of them. And of course, I think with the fact more and more people are buying them. The best example of that now is Generation Select. Show brand in the movie Optimus was grapple mold that was going to be the 12 figure in the case, but replaced with him with a blue streak, I believe. When size didn't matter and who's your favourite Transformers shorts, truly enjoy those. And we see Optimus Prime pop up loads. I will do loads of them, but again, it's not going too crazy. Skids was going, maybe another 5-pack with Brandon. I don't know why you haven't done it. It's going to be massive because that's his foot. that's Optimus's foot. It's not even fully built yet, but you can tell that's Optimus's foot. So by the time I've built him, he will be bigger than that one, which is going to be nuts. Are you getting review copies of the Constructicons? Yes, at the end of the month. That's why we have the hauler in the first episode. Yes, that's true. Hauler's the thingy one. I've told you loads of times. You don't listen. I've got his head somewhere as well. You're too late now. You're like 80 weeks too late because this came out as a weekly subscription service and I've just not built them all until now. There's the head. So the head is big enough as it is, and there's the foot. So it's going to be, I think it's full 2 foot high at least. And that's die cast. That's heavy, guys. Really heavy. I need to catch up with me. Yeah, the 5-pack. I can't believe you can't get the 5-pack. The 5-pack's been on in demand for ages. Have they sold out? The one with Hound in, because that went to clearance. They couldn't sell it. Honestly, check out in demand right now because it's there. Can I? No, mate. It's 82 weeks old. I was telling you about it. Me and Pete. Pete will back me up here. I've told you about it loads. It's a weekly subscription service, and they're on about 84 now, I think. Yeah, but like it's silly price. It's gonna be like you'll see when it's done. Pro Wheeljack Mirage Ratchet Sunstreak Irons Jazz, that's 11. So in wave 1 that is. So the one that was short packed from that is, yeah, we did. I know we definitely have. I remember you telling me. So which is the one that was short packed out of them? Let me see the list here. It's gone. Pro Wheeljack Mirage Ratchet. I think Skids was that's it. Skids was supposed to be the 12th. Skids was supposed to be the 12th, but they didn't. They waited. That's what it is. I'm currently watching, keeping it. The only Hound I had was the one. It's $2,000, Brandon. You're welcome to buy it for $2,000 once I'm done with it, if you want, maybe. You're getting the Commander 2-pack. What's the Commander 2-pack? Commander 2-pack. Which one's that? Which one's the? I'm trying to think of the Commander 2-pack. Oh, of course. No, not to review. Not to review. Yes, the Constructicons. What about the Constructicons? It was definitely supposed to be Skid's wind charge. I remember I've been in a few conversations with this, because they even had, because my friend who worked for Hasbro at the time, well, didn't he knew loads of employees for Hasbro at the time, actually has the the little mini scooters that went with all the Diaclone figures. He actually has an original bag, like bag of them. Of the figures that they were going to use to put in Skids, but then they decided not to because it was too close to the Diaclone, and of course because in the cartoon he hadn't used it. Yeah, it was definitely going to be Skids, and he's got a bag of these, and he's like, it's nuts. If he started selling them, it'd be insane. They're different colours to the Diaclone ones. They're vintage, proper Hasbro ones, and they were going to go with the Skids. There's so many crazy stories out there though that you hear and you find out about it all. I thought it was Grapple considering Hauler. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do Hauler. And I also, it's weird that he's orange in the episode, but obviously green thing. I think it was Hook and Longhaul. Yeah, that's it. That's the two. I won't have them. I've definitely got Bone Crusher and Scrapper. They're the two, aren't they? The ones that I did the unboxing on already. I'm going to be reviewing them too in 3 weeks. This time in 3 weeks, I'll have them in hand, which will be good. They couldn't use Jetfire in the cartoon, so to come up with a new animation model, they probably changed the name to it. But yeah, again, it was just, it's all copyright, Pete. It's all to do with copyright. They didn't want to do. Would love to have G1 Jetfire, but I haven't priced him recently off you. The problem with G1 Jetfire, Darren, is that if you want a white one, it's 3 figures. If you're happy to have just a normal one, with the yellowing, with the sun fade, they're not too much because there's an abundance of them. Have you been to the US for any? No, not yet, unfortunately. David's just commented on something as well. I haven't even been. I haven't been to America since 2014, unfortunately. Maybe it wasn't. Could have been that wind charger, but I want to get back over there eventually. There's potential of things happening later on in the year, which I'll let more people know about closer to the time. The Fugu Toys Macross Jetfire is nice. That's the new one, isn't it? That is the new one. See, I try to stay away from all that sort of stuff. The yelling would be bothering. It's the white Jetfires go for nuts money, because I like I put on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw my Instagram, Darren, because you haven't got Instagram. I put a picture up of my Case Fresh Red Alert. It's never been it's brand new, sealed out of the box, sealed, and it came out of the case with the yellow on it. With the yellow where it hadn't seen sunlight at all, and that's due to just the plastic, not due to the fact that that it's been in sunlight. So sometimes they do, sometimes and the thing with Jetfire as well is, as we found out, mine, and I've still not fixed it, is the arms, the shoulders just pop off quite a lot as well, which isn't good. So it's and he's getting more and more pricey because his transformation process, if anybody remembers this, it went to £25. See, that's annoying. Its transformation process for its time is really intricate with all sliding bits and all this sort of stuff. So, but my advice is, I say to everybody with regards to vintage figures, if you can afford one and you can see it and you want it now, then don't wait. Don't wait, because you'll go back again and it'll always be more. And I can give you millions and millions of examples of where that's happened to me, where I've had to pay more than I wanted to and that I could have done. Hi Corey, nice to have you jump in. The best example is, if I'm being honest, is Diatlas. But before I got the big powered gift set, and he was in my inbox for ages, in my watch list rather, on eBay for ages. Did you have as many issues with brittle plastic? Way more. I've done videos on here where they just snap because they're just old. Power Master Optimus Yellow is a lot even. Yes, funnily enough, it's funny you should say that. No, it was a saying. My Power Master Optimus Prime, yeah, it's brittle, super brittle. A lot of the figures they sometimes over time I've got like an arm of Landcross and stuff here. It was worse. I don't know if it was worse or anything back then. I think it's different nowadays, because back then it was all solid, whereas the plastic was solid because they didn't have as much articulation Whereas now, because the arms, for example, have a lot more articulation in them, they snap for different reasons. Maybe the water was open, the man with no name vortex was brittle. It's funny you should say that. Is it still here, or did I actually throw it out? I'm sure I've got yet another vortex arm here on the side where I stupidly had a go at transforming him. Yeah, vortex was terrible. I think he's the most expensive limb, out of all of the combiners, because he breaks so easily. Thrust, are they on about the new ones or the old ones? Call those not a triple pack. No, they weren't at all. You're correct, Tyler. The cone heads were, there was Ramjet and Dirge, and Thrust was by himself. Ramjet and Dirge were a 2-pack. They were the Amazon ones, and that's why they've released them individually. But Thrust was, again, quite hard to get hold of. And funny enough, I got Thrust from the Space Bridge as well. That's another good store in the UK to find some exclusives. Plus all the other ones. And then the normal jets, Sky Warp and Thundercracker, were a 2-pack as well in Earthrise. Yeah, see, Vortex is tough. Vortex is... I'm just looking around thinking of like the figures that I've broke during reviews. Long haul. Some of the Constructicons are terrible. Some of the Constructicons, you just maneuver them around and they go, because it's quite brittle, but it's quite thin plastic. Do you think the 86 Soundwave will be next year? I hope not. Yeah, 80, yeah, it will be. I would think so. I hope they keep a big enough difference. Vortex is hard to find. He's hard to find now, because if you look at him now, the price for like what he is, let's say for example you can pick first aid up for a £5. Vortex will cost you 40 quid, because that's the difference. Same as a drag strip, you'll pick a drag strip up for a £5 here, there, and everywhere, but they cost a fortune. It's going nuts. I can't keep up with you. I mean, 3-pack Vortex, 3 Blue Street Pals. That's a tad bit ironic in my case. When I got my G140s and the combustion wasn't broken, I've been sitting. Scrap of the Canopies week, yeah, that is really ironic, because you're quite lucky with that, for that reason. But again, it could just be over time. And of course, you've got to think how they've been. Thanks for jumping in, Si. Appreciate it. And again, sometimes it's how they've been handled, isn't it? Sometimes they might have had overzealous. Random question for UK, but that's gone way too fast. If it was G1 Nightbeat properly, yes, because I had one. 100% Nightbeat was one of my favourites as a kid, and I 100% had one for the Christmas '88, whenever it came out. 100%. That's the question on Nightbeat. I've actually got 2 sealed versions. I've got the Chinese reissue that came out in the 90s, and I've got just the normal Hasbro one as well. But I can confirm 100%. He's brilliant. It's one of my favourites as well. Someone just mentioned comic decos, didn't they? There you go. There's one. They're right there as well. Oh, what's that? Oh, I've just dropped Refractor. Cool thoughts. So my brother has too much time, so I was broken off due to something transform him. Should I put my new profile picture? It's up to you if you want to. It's your profile. Do whatever you want, buddy. That's the beauty of this. Do whatever you want with it all. What am I doing here? I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to make what I made before it's gone. Do you think the leaked Bruticus will be, in my opinion, the dumb frame system? It's going to be. All of the combiners are going to be like that from now on. It's pretty much a given. Good evening, Robot Lucas. Nice to have you on here as well. That's how they're all going to do them from now on, because they can't, as long as it's nowhere near as bad as the New Age version of Devastator. I think they need it for stability. They need it for how it works. I called him, you want to guess? I'm just working this out. Do you not like the Exo or the Endoskeleton then? Obviously not, because obviously what you've just bought, but have I turned that the wrong way around now? I think so. Are they actually going to do all the combiners? I don't know if they're going to do them all. I think they would like to, because everybody wants them. The New Age thing is awful, and I still stand by that. The New Age Devastator was my biggest disappointment of whichever year it was when I reviewed him. just really gutted with that. I thought it'd be so much better. What am I doing here? I'm trying to make this again because someone's just talked about Zaron, and I want to do what I did with him before. Albatronus Prime, Hush Your Mouth, I Will Kill. For a car robots, Baldigus. I've got one of them, I think, the older one. We've discussed this, the old Bruticus mold as well. I've got loads of them. I'm trying to do this, but I've completely forgotten how to do it, aren't I? Wind charge, if that will happen. Right, what's going on there? Why can't I do this? New Age Devastator is great. No, definitely not. Could be, could have been. Head is toy accurate. Hey Russ, like 37. Do not forget yours, guys. Thanks very much, fanboys. That's nice of you to put that up. You beat Pete to it as well, funnily enough. He normally does that. I want to know why someone's put that they don't like the new combiner main system. It's true, I can't stop just being superior. It has to be a remake, everyone. I feel like it can be done without the frame. Look at Combiner Wars. Yeah, but that's awful. And that's 6 figures. You've got to remember that's 6 figures. So that's easier for a 6 figure because you've got 2 for a torso there. So all the other combiners apart from Leo Kaiser and obviously Raiden have got 5. So it's easy when you've got a 6 figure thing. I can't see. There is now. There's just jumped up. Where are we? Spreading and steps like as a god Neptune superior in defense of it. There's way more than that. There's absolutely way more than that. I like how you put God Neptune instead of King Poseidon. But again, if you go on to Thingy, there's millions of them. There's one which you forgot these. Just God City, etc. God City, Battle Gaia, Raiden, Dino King, Monstructor. I'm just looking at my combiners. There I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 16 just normal, not including Road Caesar, not including Victory Saber, etc. Still need more Bandai GoBots, Tyler Mano, Victorian Omegs. If you're just talking G1, guys, and I'll just go off my cases. So we've got Superior, Defensor, Computron. Obviously, we've got Ruination, Orthia. There's loads of them as well. There's like don't forget there's Betatron, there's everything. Landcross is here. I was going to read him out in a minute. There's probably 30 combiners, and that's like insane amounts. The best, obviously, Ruination, GoBots, that hot mess. Orthia is pretty cool, actually. I like Orthia. But she's just really difficult to get hold of, isn't she? This is a cool combiner. Reflector, that's a combiner. It is. It's 3 in 1. Where do you get some of your? Where do I get some of your? How do you mean crazy random? Do you mean like? Elaborate. Do you mean like the Japanese rare ones, or do you mean like the error box ones, or which ones do you mean? Because there's different answers for every single one, so that's why I'm at the number 1 at present. I put that on a video up and it did like 8,000 views or something crazy just because of this little thing, which is a good thing. What else is a combiner? Somebody else was saying, I want to go back to the Soundwave. The reason why I want Soundwave in 2026 will be okay, but not now because it's too soon. And they're probably just going to use the same mold again. So Soundwave can wait. There's too many combiners, but whether they'll do them all, I don't know. There's even a different variant of Abominus, which uses a Stunticon leg and what's his name? There's a Stunticon leg and a Combaticon leg, and the rest of them are the Terracons, and that's got a different name as well. I think that's called Abomination, and I genuinely think that you can Google it. It's on TF Wiki. I was going to do a video on it, to be fair, but I still haven't got around to doing that one either. I can't think exactly what it's called, but as you said, I mean, and we can talk about Megatronus. If you're talking Combiner Wars, there's millions of them. Like Clear Yellow Magnus. Okay, so they're eHobby exclusives. So the eHobby exclusives are Japanese exclusives. So if you want to find anything, obviously, that's a Japanese exclusive, then you need to you need to look at the Japanese websites, because if they pop up on, I mean, that figure now, if you buy it on eBay, is 2K. It's literally that much. It's insane, because there was only, I think there was 2,000 of them made, funnily enough, but the last one of them sold on eBay for over £2,000. And I, of course, paid not even a tenth of that. But when you get it, you need to go, yes, they do, as far as I'm aware, or at least they try their best to replace things. Because I've had to send 3 things in today, funnily enough, because missing parts and stuff like that. So yes, so you need to look at the Japanese auction site. So you need to look at websites like the one that I always buy loads from. I used to get stuff from Buyee, and I've used Mandarake a few times, but the best one for me has always been Jouse, which is www.jauce, which is an abbreviation for Japanese Auction Center, and I think it's .jp, so it's www.jouse.jp. In fact, I'll find it for you, and I'll show you it on here so you can copy it. And the best thing about it now is that it's all translated. When I was first going onto it in the early 2000s, you were looking at it and you were scratching your head and you were like, what is this? I can't understand anything. But if you typed in Transformers, it would still bring them up. I'm sure it's Joust. Let's have a look for you. And I've still got an account with them as well. So yes, there you go. Joust. Bid on Japanese auctions. That's the one you're after, Joust. I'm not going to put it there. So yeah, bid on Japanese auctions. And it's the best thing about it as well is, and this is why I prefer it, and this is why I prefer it over normal eBay, and is because it won't let you bid unless you put any money in it. So you don't get any of these non-bidders. You don't get, sorry, non-paying bidders. You have to have the physical money in to bid, which I think is brilliant, because I sell things on eBay and I get messed around so much. It's crazy by people who buy things and then they'll change their mind, or they'll just say, I literally sold something the other day and someone put, oh, my husband told me we don't need it. So, and because of the eBay stupid policy, I haven't got a say in the matter. I had to refund it. She had to send it me back and everything. You can go get some Brave stuff from Jace. Good idea, Russ. Yeah, so that's the why I recommend it, because again, it also as well, it can curb your spending, because sometimes, greetings from Mexico, sometimes when you get caught up in a bidding war, I hope so, Corey. I wish they would. I don't know. I can't say with any authority that they will, but I wish they would. What was I saying? Yeah, so sometimes you get crazy, you get outbid. Unless you can put the money in fast enough, you won't get it. But again, same as I say to everybody, for tips and advice, put them in your watch list, put the figures that you want in the watch list, and just see what the actual value of the figures go for. Now, in some cases, they're still a lot cheaper than what they are in the rest of the world. That is auto paid if accepted. I don't know. Sometimes it does automatic payment and sometimes it doesn't, because again, I've accepted people's offers and it's just sat there, and then it's like, okay, so, and then I'm sending them a message, do you want this? And they just never reply. eBay drives me insane, to be fair. The Japanese have got it so much better, because exactly like I've just said, A, you've got to be legit with everything. B, you can't even bid on it unless you've got the money. And C, no matter what, it automatically takes it from it. It's gone. So you haven't even got a say in the matter. It just comes out. The other good thing about Jouse is, and this is why I love Japanese websites, because of course shipping can be quite expensive if you're buying one thing. It's going to be compatible. I'm craving for that Skybound Optimus. That's a good idea, but why would you want to rip your arms off? Do you think a Blue Legacy Transmelt 2 Mercs repaint is on the cards? Perhaps, because it's so out there. I'm going to come back to yours in a second, Corey. What I was quickly saying about Joust as well is, and I believe Buyee does it as well, correct me if I'm wrong, for the people who buy from there, is that they hold things in their warehouse for 90 days. You've got 3 months of buying things and accumulating things and sending them all back in one package. I did a few videos when I first started on the channel, because people were like, where have you got this Japanese stuff from? So I did a few videos showing and explaining how to do it, and exactly that. And then it's like Christmas. It's more fun because you get like a big box all in one go, which is great. They store it for 90 days. You've got to, so you've got that. So you've got, you might buy one thing, you might save up for another thing, etc., etc. It's more fun as well, because then you get them all in one great big package. I just need to go back to what Corey just asked. Is Hasbro going the comic books? I said I wish they would. What do I think the new HasLab would be? We were discussing that earlier on, and we don't know. I've gone in circles. I think it's going to be something from the 86 toy line. which was in the 86 movie for that reason, because I think it'll be revealed and I think we'll get it in 2026, which will be the 40-year movie anniversary. But I don't know what it's going to be, because we know we're going to get Devastating. I don't know what's going to be big enough. Paid import tax in the past was sent back, but now it seems to be lost. So annoyed. That's a good purchase, because Greenlight is just stupid money. Greenlight's very expensive. Will Hasbro do Skybound Transformers figures? I would imagine so, if they're doing Devastation, if they're doing, you know, at the end of the day, they're a company that wants to make money. And if there's a market out there, let's be honest, how many times can they use the Earthrise? If in the IS I make an offer, my PayPal account is automatically debited. In the, what's that? Message retractive. New about the Quintesson Cruiser. I could be something like that. Again, that's something that would be great, to be fair, because they've not done it either. So I would like it to be something that they've not done. But I hope I helped out the man with no name regarding the answer to the chat. Sorry, it was long-winded for everybody else who had to hear and listen to it, but I do try and help everybody out. And I strongly, strongly advise you all to, if you want Japanese exclusive figures, or even if they're not exclusive, if you want, because Takara do everything, everything's repainted. I'm surprised I haven't done a blue redeco of Transmetal Megatronus Cryotex. Hope everyone is well. What's your favourite Studio Series 86 figure? Probably one of the Dinobots. Oh, I can't keep up with this. Probably one of the Dinobots, to be fair, because they're fantastic. Automatically debit off my first. Like chancing on Primus. No, it's too big and too expensive. Too big and too expensive, so they won't do it. I'm now currently in 3 streams. 3 streams? Wow, it's Saturday. Must be a popular night. Corey, no worries. That's what I try to do. I try and answer as many things as possible, because it's easier this way. Sometimes I can't keep up, but I've got my iPad there so I can keep up. It's going to be interesting. I think we're going to find out soon, aren't we? I'm sure they said we're going to find out soon, so that's, as soon as we know, that'd be good. Because then we can adjust. I think as well that they're going to be getting. Have you heard of Fire Guts? Of course I have. It's one of the only figures that I'm actually missing, to be fair. And I'm gutted that that's a FOMO. That's a huge whatever you want to call it. I saw it, I watched it for ages. I thought, I'm not paying that, I'm not paying that, I'm not paying that, and then now I want it, and it's 3 times what it was when I wasn't going to pay that. So I'm gutted. It's Power Master. It's what? But it's no. There's no way you saw one for 100. You know, I need to get on that then. I've not seen it. I've not seen it under 900 now in 2 years, so that's why I've not got one. It's God Bomber. It's God Jinrai, but orange and yellow, which is, it's one I've been after for ages now, and it's like the Black Hot Rod, the other eBay. So the eBay ones, my eBay white whales, not my eBay, my eHobby white whales are Fire Guts Jinrai, Black Hot Rod. I was going to say Purple Astro Train, but I'm sure that we're going to get one of them from the retro reissue line. So that's sort of there, and then I might go for that one, because hopefully it'll drop the price. I think that's the 3, but then there might be something else I'll think of in a minute. I know I've got Guardian. I think that's it. I think that's just the 3. My 3 white whales from the eHobby collection, to be fair. There might be something else, I don't know. I can't think. I'm looking over at my eHobby lot and I'm thinking that that's all right. Hasn't even released yet, and they're going to announce that the next HasLab already. Which one's Godfire Convoy? Oh, the new one. Yes, that's why I think they're doing it, Windcharger, because if you watch the box set, they've already what's the word I'm after? Yeah, they've done the proper unboxing, haven't they? And when they did that with Deathsaurus, it was only a couple of weeks after that they started shipping. So and let's be honest, it was October when I was at MCM, and they already had, you know, at least one of them there with Evan, and they had another one in other different places where the conventions were. My theory is they're delaying him so that the next HasLab most likely Gigatron releases alongside him. Ooh, Gigatron. See, I thought something like that, but I genuinely think it's going to be something to do with the 86 movie, because by the time it comes out in 2026, it'll be a 40-year anniversary, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Darren's back. That's good. Looks like 10. I just dropped 10 people. What happened there? I don't even know. My Fire Guts went for about 450 last year in eBay, I think. Jason from Triple Takeover, man. I saw he got one. I didn't see that, to be fair. Jace is such a great guy. I'm really pleased. I saw him when he had it. I was like, oh, you got it. but I didn't know it was on eBay. But I try not to go on eBay because that's it. I've seen them sell for that much. If must have on their website, it doesn't always mean they'll have it. The Netflix Soundwave and Bumblebee. But I got my Netflix Soundwave from Smiths. To be fair, they had loads of them when I went in there. And I was brought about 4 or 5 and did what I did with this, and I shipped them out to all friends. I figured you'd still be live, and I was right. Yeah, everyone seems okay. I hope it's not Gigatron. They won't be able to do his Devil form. Gigatron fits more into the new Titan Classic. I don't know. Somebody put Magnaboss up the other day as well. I'm pretty much. I mean, not the other day. A bit back. I'm looking to get one of him as well very soon because I'm really interested in. I'm intrigued with him. What was he Beast Wars 2? What was Magnaboss? Let me know. I know because funnily enough, I still haven't done the original Leo Convoy. I will be doing that soon. Again, the list is huge. I'm still gutted because I'm looking at my box there that I picked up at TF Nation in August, which has got the original vintage Magmatron in, and I've not even opened it. He was Beast Wars in general. Thank you, Windcharger. And I want to play around with it. I want to get powered. I think the Mammoth's in there as well, and I've still not opened it. TF1, Megatron Standing Prayer. Yes, he's there. He's there. I kept looking at the website and they kept changing the date, and then it just changed out of stock. That's what made me give up on. It's weird because as I say, if you have a look at some of my very, very first videos when I was starting off, that's when I went and got them all. Broadside, I have the TR broadside in there. That figure's awful, Darren. I'm sorry to say it. I said it in. Somebody put a picture up the other day, and they had the new SS86 Springer and what's his name, and Legacy Sandstorm, and then the Titans Return thing, and they just look. Or he sticks out like a sore thumb. It's so bad how he looks compared to them now. It's nuts. He's so dated. He was one of the worst ones as well, to be fair. And again, just as stupid, it's funny enough saying that I've never even transformed him. He's still standing on the shelf around there. Good shout, 80 point never in Smiths. He's going to come in Smiths. They've got Age of Primes bits due for April. There's still loads more primes to come. So I suppose watch this space. I know that Nick in Demand said they're getting more in as well. So keep your eyes, UK guys, keep your eyes on that. Your collection is insanely impressive. Do you have a goal as to when your collection will be completed? That's a really good question. There is a fan mode for the TL broadside for the play mode. Do you know of any Hasbro release plans? I don't know what you mean, as in if I can tell you figures that they haven't really let anybody know yet. Of course, I can't let you know that. Thank you, Nick, for your nice comment. In regards to, I hate sort of saying this because I don't want to sound like the big head, but I'm lucky enough that I've got all of G1 now. I've got every one, including all Japanese, including all European. So I would like to update a couple of others, or I'd like to just find some really obscure, like we've just been discussing e-hobby figures there. I've been lying to, yeah, Fireguts is definitely on the top of my list. He's been on the top of my list for ages, but if I'm being 100% honest right now, if he went on eBay tomorrow, I've had it for ages, Fungboy. If I had, if typically knowing my luck, 2 of them went up on eBay tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to afford them no matter what. I'd be gutted. I'd probably be selling loads of things then to try and get him, because some of the things that I want are just getting silly. Thankfully, again, like Fun Boys just talked about Minelba, she's dumb, so I'm really glad that I managed to get. I'd like to upgrade her. But I mean, I've got the most important bit. I've got her head, I've got the helmet, and all that sort of stuff. That's nice of you to put that, Darren. Thank you very much. And I'd like to probably as well, just which again typical because it's not cheap. I'd like to probably upgrade my Art of Fire, but otherwise, it's okay. Everything's okay. I mean, I was without sounding stupid. I could probably sell some train bots. I was looking at my Raiden, sorry Pete, my Raiden collection earlier on, and I've just realised that I've got 7 of the 87 boxes, and of course there's only 6, so one of them's a duplicate. I've got 7 of the 1990 Zone repackaged ones, 4 or 5 loose, and then of course the 2 gift sets. So I could always sell one of them. And again, Japanese auction sites, cheap as chips. The train bots. If any of you guys want train bots, get on the Japanese auction websites, because the best way to describe it is, of course, somebody said as well, like Star Saber. The newer, you mean the new Raiden, the one that I'm still trying to build up right now. Tyler, look, I've got a foot. Du-du-du. That's the foot. I will have it done soon. I will. Pete, get on. Honestly, they're so cheap. Yeah, I'm trying to build him up. That's another pain in the bum combiner. It's going to take a day like that one, and it's just so frustrating. I've got Shuki's chest done, and I've got the leg done. And I've, if you mean the new Little Legends one, I've been lent them to do a review on. That was somebody asked me a good question. I want one, but I have one. What's that? What's Guzzy saying? I want one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I hear that thing isn't good. The Raiden is full. Right, so you need to take an NPC Scanstorm. Have you expert it? Have you got the new Raiden? I want one. Wait a second. I've fallen behind. The part 7 of the, I need the part 7 and 8 train bots. I hear that thing isn't good. The range forward. By the way, yeah, that's nuts there behind there. Are you missing Cobalt and Sentry? No, I've got them. I've done videos on them. I've done them. Got them ages ago. But that's Ratbat and Laserbeak, isn't it? Cobalt and Sentry. Oh, I've left me light. If I'd have got me light, I'd show you my eBay, my eHobby, sorry, shelves. Actually, no, there is one I've just thought of. And again, I keep turning it down because it's too expensive. The silver streak. I've got the gold jazz, the silver streak I want. Guzzy, you can, you know them train bots, Guzzy, you can get them from Phil at Robot Recruits. He's got them in. He's got both of them in. That's where I got mine from. If you want both of MPG 7 and 8, I think it is, which is the 2 train bots, the new ones. I've reviewed them. I have joined 4 charts. Why do I do? He's got them in right now. So there you go. You can get them from him, to be honest. And they're brand new then, so you can do what you want. Don't forget, tell him I sent you. If not, then they're in Shozy. Yeah, the Cobalt, it's Ravage and Laserbeak, isn't it? Just the re-decoed. I've even got this silly little Kiss Player cassettes, the crazy coloured ones, whichever ones they were. They're the very controversial ones. What are people's thoughts about the RoboSen? Again, for me, Tyler, even though what I'm standing around and what I've got around me, I can't justify shelling that much out for a figure. I'd really I like them. I think they're impressive. I've seen loads of them. That was a plane, like the Ravage one. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it might be too dark, guys. Let's just have a look if it's too dark. Let me see. It might be. I might get away with it. Yeah, so there's some Autobots. And there's some of the Decepticons. So, yeah. Where are they? Where are they? They're somewhere on there. I can't think. Ah, there you go. And Ravage just fell over. But it's too dark, so I can't show you, unfortunately. Let's go back. Let's go back. I had the light last time and I did a walk around, which I haven't had a chance to do, obviously, on this one. G1 Megatron. No, that's not G1 Megatron. It's Brown Megatron. It's the eHobby one with the brown handle. I'm at the end of the Iron Factory located Hobby Craftsman line at legend scale. That subsection was cool next to your right. Which ones? The ones that's right here. So, okay, my bad. Oh, what's that? But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't have been able to tell that, Darren. Not a chance. You wouldn't have been able to tell that from just looking there. That's the one. It suffers from GPS, that one as well. I'm at the end of my factory. I'm getting more and more disappointed with that Leo Kaiser figure. These ones, I'm getting more and more disappointed with them. At first, where have they gone? You know, the first ones I thought, oh, they're all right, not too bad. Now, as soon as I get it combined, it's going. It's just, yeah, not fun. Don't like it at all. HasLab Rail Racer would be a killer. HasLab Rail Racer would be amazing. That would be something. But again, it's massive in... There's nothing new. I've got the combining cassettes that have been shipped. Noise and Graphy, which would be good. True. Any new Doctor Wu stuff to do? Legend Start. Do you mean this stuff here? Skylinks. It's a mess, pal. I need to sort everything out. Haven't opened my Cyan culture. I've got them, but I haven't even had a look at them. The reason, Decibel, thank you very much. The reason why I'm annoyed with them is because there's no instructions inside, and you've got to watch some stupid videos. So I haven't got around to doing that yet. Um, I've had them for well over a week. I just haven't been able to get around to doing anything. You doing the spin soon? What's the spin? Oh, around the room. No. Oof. Had the already Optimus Prime Fire Truck 2. Build King could also be a good HasLab. Um, honestly, if I this is awful. So I've got a partial built Yellow Devastator from one of the videos that I did. I've got him still waiting to be changed. No, because it's not the end of it. It's no, it's that's the first of every month. This is a bonus stream because I'm thinking of doing them. I've got my masterpiece Jinrai. I've got everything here is a mess. It's just terrible. I need to sort it out. Pins, Fort Max, because there's no other place for him. Did it? Nearly. He nearly tried to look. He nearly might have looked in. Yes, it's as I say. It's if I look at it, it can annoy me because I need to get it sorted. But I think someone asked me a question actually. Didn't who asked what have I brought that was expensive and I thought was rubbish? Was that one of the questions? I'm sure it was. What did I get that I was really disappointed with? I can't. That's a really good question because Hasbro or Takara won't give us a version of Lycasia. How? Yes, they will. Of course, they will. They will do 100%, but they have to know that there's a market out there. So you've got to think that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Iron Factory a Japanese company? Because that's why they make all the samurai figures. What did you reckon to the masterpiece Jinrai for the money? Bang on, bang on. Thingy's jumped on, and yes, they will. Fung Boy, you beat me to it. For Takara, they will do a masterpiece raid, and I will bet my house they will do a masterpiece raid, and because he's huge, as in massive in Japan. And Iron Factory, of course, are in Japan. That's why they're doing all the samurai ones. But that figure's it's really starting to grate me because they just fall apart. Simon, this is a brilliant, brilliant figure. The whole cab is die cast exactly like the original. The articulation on him is stunning. He's got chrome like you want him to have. His little Jinrai figure's fantastic. Transformation isn't too ridiculous. It's a bit more expensive than what the Commander class Optimus Prime was, but this is nuts. I have the Doctor Who text on. I'm waiting to see the non-render reveals. It would be cool to have a full set of the G1 and Deluxe from the same company. Yeah, the Doctor Who have got them on pre-order as well, but I don't know when they're out. They've got Doctor Who at the moment. I've got Metroplex on the way actually. Doctor Who Metroplex is on the way. Gotta hop off. Thanks. No problem. Thanks for jumping on, Nick. Appreciate that. But in answer to it depends, Simon. If you got like a real good, what's the word I'm after, like nostalgic affection or whatever for the Power Master Prime, because if you have, it hits every single note, due to the fact of everything what I've just said, because it's the same. I'm pretty sure I've put them all back now. Typically I've put them back. The Power Master original, it's the same sort of size, same sort of dimensions, but just a lot better, just a lot more fun. Loads going on with it. Shoulders actually are supposed to come out like so. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good figure. It's the problem with all figures now though, the ones that are really good aren't cheap. The Nuclear Convoy really intrigues me. Hopefully it's around the same price. So it'll be the same price as what Super Jinrai is, won't it? With my Inferno combiner, I could do a God City combiner. Yes, you could, of course. So it'll be whatever the thingy was, Borders, which is cool, obviously, because it's not too expensive. Like the Fire Guts will be much more expensive. Power Master Prime got those back abs. Power Master, he's just cool. I'd say he's got a genuine ab crunch as well. I'd like the box art on the Nuclear Convoy. How much you selling Defender? What? Defender book? Glad I didn't miss out. Which one's Defender? Oh, the teeny little ones. £3, I think, something like that, Tyler. But they don't always go because I don't think people are interested in them just yet. I need to get one more gold coin, and then I need to get the 2 super rare ones, which I haven't got a hope in hell of getting it. Albert's back in, good. Numbers are jump. That's it. I have a fantastic Magnus model, which White Optimus Prime and down is worth having in your collection. Fantastic. That's the Fans Toys group, isn't it? Don't like them. I know that, funny enough, Borders dude who's just typically just jumped in now. You couldn't have jumped in at a better time there, pal. What am I talking? I can't think. We're talking about, you've got the fans toys, the new, or the fans whatever it is. It won't be high. It won't be a HasLab. You've got the new Magnus, is what I'm trying to say, haven't you, Borders? And you were saying it's really good, but what's the transformation process on it like? Because me and you both have the same complete agreement in that the X-Trans bots should just never be transformed. It should just be left on a shelf and that's why I sold mine instantly as well, to be fair, for that reason, because it was awful. I get like that with some things. Nope, never heard of that. I get like that with figures. If they annoy me, if they take too long to transform, I just instantly fall out of love with them, and then I end up selling them. But that's because it's frustrating, and they shouldn't be. They should be fun. That's again why I really liked this. I like this because it is fun to transform, and it wasn't that difficult. Where are we? Is Borders still listening? I don't think he is, obviously, because I want him to chime in, because I know he's just got one of them new. What they call Fantastic Model? Is that what they called it? So I'm not too sure. Albert's telling his jokes again, but I don't get that one. That one's gone straight over my head, straight over it. I can't believe you. I didn't say it the way you wanted me to. I think I've seen that in an Instagram video. There you go. You see, the same as me. Sometimes I'll get questions as well saying, "Oh, you didn't do the transformation process on it, meeting up at London at the store." That's I'm waiting for Warren to get back to me, to be honest. And as soon as he does, I will let you guys know. All I've told him is that I definitely can't do the 8th of Feb because I'm in demand, and I can't do the 22nd because I'm at my wife's great granddad's 90th birthday party, which is obviously some massive achievement. So we're all going to go head up north to go see him. But I don't know exactly when. It will be soon, but the reason why it's taken so long is because there's things going on that I can't discuss just yet. Because I know obviously I could just pop down if I wanted to, but there's no point me popping down just randomly because it's too far. But if I'm popping down for a reason and for an actual purpose, which I will be, I will of course let you all know straight away. HasLab retains Ultra Magnus Optimus Prime, similar to Kingdom Lead Ultra Magnus. No worries, need to get exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? I'm sure HasLab will return to. Yes, I think they'll. I think you'll get a brand new, not a brand new. I think you'll just get a full reissue. To be fair. Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know, Tyler. If it's definitely a Saturday, obviously I'll let everybody know. The only other day that's maybe slightly feasible for me is Wednesday, but the problem with Wednesday is I'm heavily, even though it's my shortest actual work day. I saw my XT. I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. Wind charge and that in a minute, Robolux. It's even though it's my shortest work day, it's one of my most involved back here. I've got to take my little boy to football and loads of sort of stuff like that. So there's loads of stuff going on in my hand. What's my favourite 80s song? There's too many. If you're a G1 Magnus fan, it's objectively the best MP scale one, but MP Magnus is still my favourite thing in my collection as a whole. I sold mine to Shori, who was in the chat, but I think he's gone. 80s song, there's millions of them. I'm funnily enough in the car because I'm old. I've got absolute 80s on, in between other stuff that I listen to. How John? I'm not too sure actually. It was a little bit rubbish. I don't know exactly what happened there, but he was obviously going to be that. You've answered it for me, Pete. Perfect. Yeah, he's buzzing, wasn't he? Exactly. You know, I look after you guys. I'm sure you'll all admit that. I can't believe how much I sold him that, to be fair. I look at that and think, you idiot. But no, it made him very, very happy, which is all that matters. It made him super happy, and I wasn't using it at all anywhere. You were all saying this, but we don't know exactly how badly they treated him. Yes, they let him go, but we don't know what was going on. I finally ended those 5 streams out. I'm finally at rare. Monday Mr. Reveals are great. I think people are listening to what you say. They're not, Aaron. I wish I could say they are, because what I have to do is, at the moment now, I'm just deleting. You are doing. I should be soon. Yeah. Anyhow, I get to get loads of them. Oh no, not at the shop. It's not at the shop, Princeton. That's something else. I've lost track now. Again, I'm trying to keep up with about 52 different chats here, even though there's only one. Monday, yeah, I'm deleting people's comments now. I'm just like, especially if it's the same people I've told. Funny enough, Gabriel, who's listening now, don't put the answers, mate, because he's in this chat right now and I've had to delete him a couple of times. He does it deliberately, though. He'll do it and he'll put a smiley face on it, and he will, because he's the one who's talking now. He literally, he puts the answer and puts a smiley face, so I have to delete it. So yeah, where are we? Did it? So when's the try meeting? Let me know. Guess you're doing Ultra Magnus model is similar to MP44. It's the armor. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing them because they're so, like, I've got, full enough, I'm really bad at the moment because eBay at the moment, I've been on and I am finding a few little things. I've got a G1 rare first edition figure in front of me there, which I haven't opened up. I've got a 2010 Japanese exclusive, 2010, I think, something like that, sealed, which I'm going to open and do a video. I've got quite a few, so that's why I did that bonus Megatron the other day, purely because I've got so much stuff that I want to get out from the box and check, because that's the other thing I'm guilty of. Sometimes I'll leave things for a week or two and think, say, what's the thing that I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. That's a good question. I brought a few things recently, and just then I've opened it, and then typically it's been broken. Then it's like, what's the word I'm on about? Then it's like, well, you've had it ages, and then it's like, yeah, but I hadn't actually looked at it. So they're like, sometimes they don't believe you. Sometimes, obviously, it's like 86, 2010 or 2010, 2010. Do you mean like as in the cartoons? I need to go back to this one question. Say something that you brought that's really rare but horrible in general. Ooh, really rare but horrible. I'm looking around, I'm having to think. Fantastic one, more simple to the new age one, but more steps and panels unfold. I wish it was more like Doctor Who. So, see, Doctor Who's funny. Like a bad figure, a figure that I thought was awful, that was quite rare. Ever use Brian's Toys for your rare? I don't even know what that is. What's Brian's Toys? Is it a website? Is it a shop? Is it? I don't know what it is. I can't think, actually. I've been quite lucky with buying sort of stuff. I mean, obviously, yonks ago I'd have told you that I didn't like to buy Action Masters, but now I really appreciate them. So with some of the Pretenders, again, as a kid, they put me off Transformers, back to Master Force cartoon. My plans eventually, I haven't commented before, but I know what to expect. For example, I don't know which version of Cliff Jumper or Sideswipe. I don't know what you mean of that. But a figure that's been bad and that's been quite rare, I think they were talking about it earlier, actually, but not maybe the figure, but like Greenlight, when you combine towards Orthea's, not the greatest, to be fair. But that's a sort of combination of everything. Maybe that, maybe I've just sort of answered myself there with the, I don't know if the train bots for riding, no, the Masterpiece, they're not that rare, are they? It's usually something like, it is usually, and I'm not just saying this, it is usually a third party figure, because the transformation process will just drive me so mad that I can't be bothered to finish it. This American side of the buying, I didn't even know about that. I might have a look at that. But if I was going to sell anything, I'd probably, I don't think you can beat eBay, to be fair, because I'd probably even do some cheeky, put a Facebook post up and say this is on eBay now, if I wanted to sell any of my rare ones. But a lot of the time, I like to give some people first dibs, like you guys and people who are in the private Discord. I always put them up in the private Discord first to give them the first opportunity. Hence why Tyler's got stuff and Brandon's got so much off me. You will have some G1 mini, but I will love to get some G1 mini bots, but I haven't got any at the moment in anything planned. Thoughts on the black amazing. It's called, his name is Nucleon Quest Skylinks. I've got the original. He's a fantastic figure and I can't wait for that to be done. It is nearly midnight. Turned into a pumpkin. Guz, he's gone. There you go, Guz. Take care, buddy. Do you think Hasbro will get more? Yes, I know they will do for a fact. They haven't got distribution problems. It's just outsold, and it's just outsold, completely over exceeded all of their expectations. They are still good. They are still making them. They are still getting them out. It's just sold way better than they thought they did. And as I say, I'm pretty sure that Nick's in demand, so I'll have a chat with him and I'll do a little bit of a, because he's a great guy as well. Funnily enough, I'll do Sunshine Figures. I don't recall the name of that. Nucleon, yeah, Nucleon Quest's amazing. What was I saying? I'll get Nick for a mini interview or something on here, because he'll let you know what he's getting in stock, and he's an actual shop, which will help. Is that of everyone they laid off? Chris Cox. Oh yeah, I need to go back to that. Sorry. Chris Crocs, the one who costs more, is still CEO. That guy's probably drinking on the beach while getting paid thousands. It's weird because like I know that I get asked loads of questions about Hasbro, but like the people who I talk to, they never mention this Chris Cox. They never mention anybody else. You know, honestly, guys, when I talk to them, a lot of it's just like I'm talking to you guys now. It's just normal sort of chat. It's exactly that. You know, I very rarely discuss figures unless it's something that you know that I'm being asked to do or that's going to be planned. It's just normal chit chat. It's just normal chit chat. You know, they even sort of you may have noticed, and I've still not shown them. You know what we're 110 minutes in, and I was going to show you this, and I haven't had a chance to yet. I was going to show you this just very quickly because that's something that, well, like one of the things, it would be Takara doing a missing link Unicron. That would be good, but it'd be too big. And I've got a Hulk on here as well, but that's pretty much probably all I'm going to do on that. To be fair, wait, what is an expensive Japanese figure you spent a lot on, but somehow turned out to be an amazing deal? Ooh, probably Leo Kaiser, because the gift set of Leo Kaiser now is what, 3, 4 figures, maybe more. Princeton Phalanx 59, maybe that 86 figure that I planned. Yeah, they again, they because they're nice, and because we talk about. I'm gonna very briefly just show you these. I've got 2 figures here to show you, which was these. You would have seen Chris Crocs maybe twice. Exactly, I wouldn't have seen him at all. Yeah, I got the 2 main ones. Them 2. That's for the new film because people have noticed that on here I get asked what other things that I like, and I talk about that I like Marvel but I don't collect Marvel, but they're just great figures. But anyhow, what I was saying is I'm not even going to really talk about them because this is a Transformer stream, and that was always my big thing. He used to be the CEO of Wizards of the Coast. Look at how they turned out. So I don't know much about that at all. Exactly what you've just put, Borders. I don't know if they've spoke to him. I speak to. It's crazy, and I'm not again when I say this, it's not like I'm trying to be like, whoa, look at me. There's some people in Germany. There's an office in Germany. I speak to people there. There's an office in Ireland. I speak to people in Ireland. There's obviously I don't know how many people in America, but I've probably got 15, 16, and I'm not talking Evan, I'm not talking BMAC, I've got them as well, but I'm not talking Evan, BMAC, Mark, Emily, Sean, and Delaney. I'm not talking about them. I've probably got about another 15 email addresses to people who are based in America. Never mind the UK guys. The UK guys, I've got about 15 people as well. So it's crazy, and nobody ever mentions some of the people, as I say, they don't even talk about what's going on because I think a lot of the time they don't know. Like when I worked for main companies, I can give you an example. When I was working for Epson, I was actually in Japan, funnily enough, and I was learning a new model. I was learning, basically that was what my job was, to learn a new product and to bring it back to the UK and to train everybody on it. We didn't know anything at all, but like we got sat down in a thing at the end of the day in Japan, and they said, we've got some news. The people in the UK are going to be told this tomorrow morning as soon as they come in, and it was the fact that they were going to lay a load of people off. We had no idea. So, and that's the and fun in the last gym that I worked in. You know, just when we come back after COVID, yeah, exactly. That's it. I don't. When people say, "Oh, what's this guy at Hasbro say?" I was like, I don't know what they said, or I haven't got a clue. But yeah, like the last gym I worked in, got called. Everything was hunky dory. We were all working along. I'd started work at 8 or whatever it was. We got called into an office at midday, and they said, "Oh yeah, the gym's shutting tomorrow." I was like, "Oh right, what am I going to do with that?" So yeah, I just talk to people like I'm talking to you guys. Is there a Japanese repaint rarer than the original that you somehow got first? No. That's a good question. Because I got the last standard Hasbro figure that I needed to get. I say standard, so I'm not counting Omega Supreme and Windmill. They were the 2 of the last European ones that I got. But the last one was Finback. And as I said before, then I had all of the original coloured ones. Going back to your question, of course, yeah, it probably would be Leo Kaiser, because the price I paid for him was one of them. I've discussed this on this channel, and I've discussed it in a stream before. I was actually like, you know, when you buy something and you have that thing, oh, I shouldn't, you know, when you think I shouldn't have spent that, what am I doing? So you have a black G1 Omega Supreme. There isn't a black G1 Omega Supreme, unless you mean this. Do you mean Omegatron? If you mean that, yes, I've got one of them. What was I saying? Yeah, Leo Kaiser, because when I prayed it, yeah, I've got one of them. When I brought that, I felt a little bit, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But then, like, now I look at it, and A, I love it, and it brings me joy every day. But B, it's now worth 5 or 6 times what I pay for it, so even better. If I wanted to sell it. Yeah, he was called a Megatron in the UK. There's a video of him on here. I've done a video on that particular figure. Yeah, I'm sure I have. I've got the. I love everyone says he's so powerful. Just did you ever pick up Lego Bumblebee? I haven't picked up him yet. The guy who just asked about Omega Supreme. That one's probably my favourite one though. That one's quite a tough one to get as well now. The original Guardian robot, which of course they copied the Titan with. He's probably one of my favourites. There's too many variants of everything. I've got a French one up there as well, which is just a slight colour check. It's the same as the G1 colours, but it's just a bit lighter. But I need to, again, it's just sat up in a box up there. I need to get it out, do it some justice, get a video on it, I would think. Big whoop, that's life. D&D is a complex game anyway. Again, there was somebody else talking earlier saying, is Hasbro in trouble? Is Transformers in trouble? If it really is, I can't see it. Night Guardian of the Brick, thanks for jumping in. I wonder if they're going to make this. They were French. Yeah, there was quite a few of them. They had their own things as well. Here's an oddball. Do you have the Japanese exclusives? No, do you know what? That's what I've been trying to stay away from as well. That's a really good question. I've been trying to stay away from the juniors, but the only junior set that I do own is this one. Funnily enough, it's Raiden. It's another Raiden. I've got the junior set of him. But no, I've had multiple opportunities, and Metroflex, which was their teeny little, well, their junior version of Metroplex as well. I've just stayed away from them. Where they French ticklers, because there's way more than you think, and some of the ones again are just insane. Oh dear, I put that back up there. But I like from what I read, Transformers is one of Hasbro's. It is their best-selling brand. 100%, that is a fact. It is. It is. Let's not bring politics into this, Tyler. I see what you're saying, but listen, some of my favourite GT figures are the accelerators. I think they nailed the weapon. Yes, that's a good idea. I like that as well. Board is the biggest Raiden fan we know. Of course, he owns the junior one. That's Simon over Hasbro's flagship, but I also like these little ones as well. Then again, I still need to get around to doing more videos on these. The Churro Qs. The Churro Q figures are fantastic as well. And they transform, which people think what they do as well. Sorry, blame my partner for that game on politics. What is your alliance? So you have a complete... Yeah, 2. Do. And typically I've just took him apart just as you asked that, because he's here, look, because I was doing videos on the individual bots. So there's the legs. There's the arms. And there's the chest. But yeah, I've done multiple videos on him. I said that I'd never take him apart again, but I've had to. Do you think the broadside should be... I think they could do it either, Princeton. I think they could very easily just do a redeco of Tidal Wave. But yeah, these are little Japanese exclusives as well, called Churro QC's Optimus. And yes, you can move his arms and all that sort of stuff. What have I broke now? But you can also... Churro Q wind charger would have been nice. You've just reminded me. If you got this version, if you got that version of him, I think that's the officially world's smallest wind charger. Official. It's an official little wind charger figure. I wonder if you've got him. I was going to do a video. That's why I've put him here to show you. This is even smaller than I don't know if it's his gum release. I think it came with the Kabaya Fort Max. You would know better than me. You would know better than me. But to give you an idea of how small he is, that's a beachcomber there. I'm in the light. Where's my little Doctor Wu? Just to give you, that's the most I've heard from Russ before. Because I've just realised he's there. And wind chargers always on here banging about wind chargers, and there you go. I need to do it's smaller than Doctor Wu. It's I typically can't find anything when I want to now. I mean, anyway, here's a G1 Micromaster. So here's a G1 Micromaster. Let's get him back. It's even got Windcharger's face on it. I don't know what the smallest toy is. It probably is one of the Kabaya gun ones, because they were officially licensed. That's another thing I nearly go into. What's it like next to have? That Windcharger looks so familiar. I think it was a Kabaya. Yeah, I'm sure it came, like I said, Ken, I'm sure it came with the Fort Max Kabaya. There you go. I am right. That looks on the micro. Is it Kabaya release? They also made a power. Yes, I've got the Power Glide. It came with him. It's definitely that one, because the Power Glide I've got somewhere else as well. But to give you an idea, there it is on top of a G1 Micromaster. So that's how small it is. It's funny. It's been sitting there, and I'm so glad I've just remembered it to show you it. I'm sure you've got it. You must have that one. Do you have Windcharger? You must have that. He's your baby, isn't he? What else have I fallen behind on then? I can't think. I thought it was the Studio Suit Shockwave with brains and wheelie mind putty. I wouldn't be able to get anywhere near it. Unicrons, I'd have to stand on a stool to get on top of Unicron as well. I think we were talking about Dynaking, but yeah, I got obviously I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'm going to try and catch up with what everybody was saying. I was getting overly excited. You get them all you can, complete the format. I've got the Fort Max. I've got there's 2 or 3 Kabaya Fort Maxes as well, which is nuts. What do you think of the missing link RC? Discussed here. Loads already. Don't start to wind Pete up. I think she'll be okay when she's 4 done. I lost the Kabaya Max. It's in the house somewhere. I've got some of the unofficial and official Fort Max. What's the word I'm after? WSTs, and some of the, the Just It Toys did the Dinobots, and I've got the little Shockwave as well, which is brilliant actually, because I think it actually fits in the Bruticus's hand. Can't think. Someone's put some crumbled, but oh yeah, the Churro Q. That's what I was doing. I was transforming that Optimus, wasn't I? Well, the thing is with these as well, they do the different versions, don't they? They do the toy deco, they do the animation deco, and all that sort of stuff. So it is nuts. Let's see if I can get this. It pains me to say this, but no. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. At least I've helped to remember that they do. They didn't do an official one with that. I know that for a fact. They may have done, some third-party company may have done it. Look, there's that Prime. I forgot. There's that little Prime. And then, as I say, these have been sat here ready to do a review now for 2 years. Absolute 2 years. And the Rodimus. The Rodimus is really cool, actually. That's the problem. If you start going down the Japanese route, they've got so many amazing little versions of... Again, they're all official and dinky. What's Fung Boyo wow in it? I don't even know what we're talking about now. I'm just transforming it. I love this bit as well. The head pops up. Did you see that? It's like, what was it? It's Automorph in the 2007. This is way before Automorph. Watch this, guys. Ready? Boom. Perfect. Way before Automorph. I've got the 2 coloured Megatrons, the 2 coloured Optimuses, the 2 coloured thingies. Do you know that? Yes, I do. I've got the Megatron. But he's in the attic. He's in the attic. I need to dig him out. And again, I need to get around to doing some videos on these ones. Although, again, just figures, I suppose, that some people don't even really know about, which is, again, one of the main reasons why I started all of this. Thank you for jumping in, Skyling, because I'm actually wide awake for some reason. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do, but it's going swimmingly. And I wanted to make up for the fact that I finished the last one early. Right, why is this? You see, now I've jinxed myself because now I can't put it back in the box. Probably going to break it now. I can't remember how many churro cubes there were. They still make them. And, oh, there you go, see. Have you got any of these, Fung Boy? Best of luck, finally got Crunchy to me. Yeah, I've got the figure, pal, but it's the box. I want to do the video proper. I don't want to just say, here's... because that's the best thing it is. The best thing about G1 is the boxes, isn't it? They're beautiful. I think you're going to fall asleep in the street. I'm actually all right. I'm not going to lie. To be fair, I cheated. I had a bit of a caffeine hit. I'm not going to lie. Just as what time is it? About 9:30. I had a pretty big dose of it. And I did not think to get those. Tyler, I appreciate you jumping in as well, pal. I will see you soon, I would imagine, because we've got, again, there's loads going on. Why is this not going on properly now? You see, there we go. That's gone back in. I'm going to get Rodimus out and have a look at him because he's quite cool. These are really brittle as well. Somebody asked, I know it was 2 hours ago, whatever it was, 2 hours ago, somebody asked about plastics and brittle. These are proper. The Megatron one is really brittle. Go and enjoy your airsoft, Albert. Thank you for jumping on. Let's have a look at this while I'm here. And the other crazy thing as well about some of the Japanese figures is, you know, they never sealed them properly, shall we say. They just, like this. A lot, like Funko Pops. I know we're talking about them again. They didn't, oh, this is Toy Deco, so he's dark red. The other one's toy colours. He's never been taken out of the box, this one. Never. I've never took him out, so this is a world's first. So, let's see him. This is right up what's his name's Proto Man stuff, innit? Proto Man loves. Is it Hot Rod or is it Rodimus? I don't know which ones he loves, but I'm sure it's right up his street. Oh no, I'm scared to do this. Probably shouldn't. So you think putting your kids in the cadets, you know, the Navy? No, nothing like that. They can do what they want to do. Not like it's in general they can run around, you know, being idiots, but they can do whatever they want to do. To be fair, it's quite different over here. The forces and stuff, as in, oh, what have I just done there? Oh, perfect. It does go all the way in. I don't think it's as big, if you know what I mean. The military's not as big. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know many people's kids who go, I haven't had the ability to acquire any of those goodbye kits. I'm trying to find that keychain charge. Did you get anything from clearance at Walmart? This figure's arm, I'm so scared is going to break. I'm going to have to literally now get a screwdriver on that, because I think if I try and turn it back, it's going to break. So do you take this off and turn it around, or do you just spin it? Look at this. This is cool. I might get promoted to senior. Yeah, good. If you can get promoted, I'll go for it. Saw someone get Bombshell and Ramhorn retro for 5. Where? Who's talking about £5 things? I'm too scared to take that off, but there you go. There's a little Rodimus. I think it looks like that goes in the back. I was trying to transform him, but he's brand new in a box, and his joints and everything are so stiff that it's just scared me. So I'm going to put him back. Here we go. Automorph. Boom. I'm going to put him back in. I'm not even going to do that, to be fair. I'm going to keep it out of a box and loosen them, because I know I'll break them. It's just not worth it. Oh, what have I just knocked off now? Useless I am. It's on Facebook and they post the photo that Walmart cleared the retro bombshell. $5. I think, okay, nothing on clear. Yeah, there's no instructions, so I don't know. So what's the great big hole at the back for? Let's have a look. Nothing way back, I did see. Yes, it looks to stay the same place, so I'm not going to try and pull that off. So you're right, it stays on. Simon, thank you for jumping in. Hopefully I will see you at... it's huge. Oh, no, it's not. It's a screw hole. Oops, it's a screw hole. Hopefully I'll see you at the In Demand. In UK has sightings of the Wolves. I'm just anyway. Didn't even know you were on, Suzette. Thank you for, again, just being there. Night. Sorry, Simon. I'm not going to do much longer, to be fair. I've got to get my little man to football in the morning. What was I saying then? I can't even think. Yeah, again, the Walmart things are nuts. What compared to what we get over here, our sales, our TK Maxx, my TK Maxx is huge, but there's never ever anything in there, ever, never anything in there. So it's upsetting. I say that, but I got the one bargain that I did get in that TK Maxx, and we're going back over what 5 years ago before COVID, was basically the Cybertron Optimus Prime. You know, the Siege mold. It was that one. I got that for 20 quid. I'm going to do dinner and phone is on charge, you know. I'm probably only going to do, to be fair, because it is late. Very late in the UK, let's be honest. It is. She is indeed, Pete. She is. That is my wife's mum. Did I say that last time? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I was thinking, hey, did you know that? But it was me. I actually told you. Bless them. I got my Siege subs on there too. I saw Corgal. Corgal? Oh, that's not really cheap, is it? Yeah, bless her. She's turned into one of my sort of #1 fans. It's nice. Yeah, but Core Galvatron, it was 5 quid at. No, he was 3 quid at In Demand, wasn't he? Core Galvatron was 3 quid at In Demand. Because I brought 4 for people who wanted them. Yeah, he was £3 at In Demand. Their sales nuts. I don't know. They must have some loss leaders on some of their figures. They've got to have. So TK Maxx these days is they're awful. I try there quite a lot. The only thing they tend to have there, funnily enough, guys, is things like this. That's what they tend to have there. That's the only thing I sort of tend to see there. I have the Megatron version. Ooh, I nearly broke something. What time is it? Oh man, yeah, it is. It's 10:10. In Demand, unfortunately, took a lot of stock from us, but they don't sell as well. There's a lot of money on the core of my transfer. You guys, great chatting with you. Everybody's starting to leave, so that's probably a good sign, actually. I tell you what, 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to call it a day. So I appreciate everybody being in. Yeah, it's good, to be fair. What's this goal at the top here? What's that mean? Start a goal. Pick a goal. I don't know why it says that. It's all right. I'm just looking at this here, but it's. I can read it later. Yeah, so 5 minutes will wind it down. But then, as I say, so if today's the 19th, I'll be doing another one in 2 weeks. And then, as I say, I'll have a load more information on the In Demand event. I'll have a load more information on what's going on at the Battersea store. And fingers crossed, a load more information on a few other things, to be honest. Yeah, as I say, it's just a pretty good time. Gabriel, thank you for jumping on, and you were actually a real gentleman tonight. I appreciate your normal comments, no demands from yourself. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's all right. I have business to attend to after this. More K-list transfer. I need. Got so much on. My wife's always telling me, you've got too much, and she's probably right, to be fair. Bless her heart. I've been on here for 2.5 hours, including the 10 minutes I did on Instagram just beforehand. But yeah, thank you, Borders, for jumping on. Don't forget, guys, check out Borders' channel at the moment. He's doing a short a day at least. So yeah, and it's good to take other people's thoughts on figures as well. So don't forget to check out his channel. There's so many people in this chat. It's great who've got their own channels. You can never have to. It's true. You can never have to trust it. Come on, 2 more hours, Duke. I promise you, what I'm going to do is what I'll do. Do you know what? I'll do it for maybe because it's no problem. Borders. It's a pleasure, friend. Maybe I'm thinking. Oh no, it's gone. Maybe I'm thinking, what should we say? Should we do something dumb? Shall we say 40,000 subscribers do 40,000 do 4 hours? What do you reckon? Tell me what you think. The ones that are left in the chat, 40,000 4 hours. What do you reckon? Oh, I'm more than. Thank you, Princeton. I'm more than happy to do that. I will do a 10 till 2, 40,000 4 hours stream. You guys let me know. It's easy for me. Thanks for all you do. Glad to got the cast part of the chat. No, thanks, Ken. And you've been amazing as well, sir. And I am actually looking for. I'm actively looking for your. Incredible gift, mate, my friend. I really am. So yes. There you go. That's number one. That's number one on the definites then. Duke, to be fair, even if you asked me to do it, I'd do it. But it's nice that you have done so. That's looking like a plan then. I'm hopefully, do you know what? It could work out. If it works out about March, March is amazing for me because March, not because it's my birthday, but I'm saying amazing for me in the channel. But funnily enough, it is. I don't know. I've tried to get her in before, maybe, but maybe not between 10 and 2 in the morning because they're all young. There's a couple of videos my little boy did called Toys O Bot at the earlier part of the channel. Um, oh man, so I've just read a message. Something's just come up. One of my friends dislocated the shoulder by the look of it. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, in March, this is my birthday. Also in March, there is my anniversary of the channel. It's, I think, around about the 20th, it'll be the 5-year anniversary. So if we can get 40k by then, 4-hour 40k stream would be very interesting. Yes, anyway, you could the only one who said yes. Pete said he won't last. You said yes, so it'll just be me and you. Me and you, Duke, we'll be chatting away. But yeah, I think I'll do it because I like that. To be Albert, you'll be there as well. And then problem I've got is Proto Man does his on a Saturday night as well, and I know how popular his is, so I didn't. Hope they turn up. I've been keeping. Yeah, if you see any as well, Ken, let me know. As well, please let me know. If I can find it. Latest Fung Boy, you've jumped up as well. I don't know what wind charger's watting at. He'll probably tell me in a minute. Oh, I've gone past the 5 minutes, but I'll keep everybody updated with that. And yes, Ken, please, you're on the Discord. If you see one before me, especially with different time differences, let me know and I'll swoop in and get them. In the meantime, though, guys, I am going to wrap it up now because it is midnight. My eyelids are getting heavy. Pete, you'll appreciate this as well. And yes, Darren, I will do. You got a cruncher, mate. You just got to bear with me. Yeah, I'm still looking up there like I'm expecting to see it. And it's, like, every time I look at it, I see the Megatron attack tank from the Action Master and it confuses me because it's not that one. But I've got a really nice box. I want to show it in all its glory. Anyway, enough on that. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much. It was a really good stream tonight. Loads of chat, loads of different things. You are the last Brit standing apart. Although you're lying down, you're in bed, I'm standing. There you go. You're going to go to your throne. I'd love to see what happens at the 4-hour mark. We'll chat soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, definitely going to round it up now because otherwise I'll just keep saying thank you very much. Be one of them annoying relatives that won't go. So I'm going to sign off right now. Thanks very much, guys. I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Take care.